following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for the Broncos, right here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live. Hey, good Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tonganoxie, Kansas, the site of tonight's Frontier League battle between your Spring Hill Broncos and the Tonganoxie Chieftains. BJ Harris along with you. Alongside me, as always, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo, as we settle in here for the number 5 ranked team in Class 5A, the Spring Hill Broncos, taking on the Tonganoxie Chieftains, a team in the past few years who has spent plenty of time in the top 5 in Class 4A. Down perhaps just a little bit, but certainly a team with some history and some success over the last few years that could be ripe for the picking if the Broncos do not come and play their best game tonight. The Broncos do come in at 5-0, 4-0 in the Frontier League. They're in the driver's seat of the conference, coming off a very good win last Friday night, 28-14 over DeSoto. DeSoto, another team that's had some success here of late. Broncos jumped out to an early 28-0 lead at halftime. They were held scoreless in the second half. Kind of a odd second half, just kind of got out of sorts. This offense for the Broncos is one that has to kind of have some rhythm, and if they get out of that rhythm, we kind of saw what happened in the second half. Hopefully they fix some of that here coming into this ball game, because I do believe they're going to need to play 4 quarters here against the Chieftains. Fletcher Pankey, 16-24, 218 yards and 2 scores. Daniel Mitchell, 4 catches, 62 yards. He really had a good game early on, had a touchdown as well. Zach Knowlton, 7 carries, 85 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns, 2 big ones. He also 4 catches for 50 yards. Defensively, big game for Austin Rivers, 12 tackles against DeSoto. Rivers has had double-digit tackles in every game so far this year. And then Noah Anderton stepping in for the injured Brandon Richardson. Anderton with 7 tackles in that ball game. Opponent tonight, the Tonganoxie Chieftains, coming in at 2-3, 2-2 in the Frontier League, coming off a 20-23 loss at Piper last Friday. It's a game they got down early as well. They trailed 23-7 at one point. They came back to make it a 3-point ball game. Sam Clydesty's the guy you'll want to watch there. If you're watching on the screen right now, homecoming festivities going on out there. Clydesty's on your far left part of the screen, number 7. He had 17 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He'll be one of the guys they'll need to watch here. He does it on defense as well, 6 tackles in that game last week against the Pirates. They're led by sophomore quarterback Trevor McGraw. Talking to their play-by-play announcer, he's kind of up and down at times. He's a guy who, he's young, so that's what sophomores do. He was 3 of 10 for 107 yards and a score last week against Piper. Chieftains have wins over Paola and Eudora, losses to number 4 Baser Linwood, 27-6. And Lewisburg 34-28 and Piper 23-20. So they've kept it close all year long. Their average margin in 5 games has been 8 points. You pull out that first one against a really good Baser Linwood team, and they've lost the last 4 games by a margin of 5 points or less. That's pretty impressive. These two teams did not play last year, but met in 2019 when Tongi was really rolling. And they won that one, did Tonganoxie 41-0. But this is certainly not the same Bronco team they saw a year ago. Having a ton of success. We'll bring you in here, Matt. And, Spring Hill, they've been a lot of fun to watch, and especially that first drive. Looking to see that one again this week, I believe.
Well, the thing for Spring Hill that they really need to do this weekend is they need to continue that through the entire game. last week they didn't really deal with adversity very well in the second half. So, one of the things I'm looking at is when their offense isn't clicking, what can they do? Do they need to put the ball in Pipkin's hands and let them run, get situated a little bit, let everybody calm down, and then let things open up a little bit. So, they'll see some Wildcat tonight. That's something that they haven't really seen much this year. So it'll be interesting to see how the defense deals with that, which the defense, has been kind of their old faithful this season, and they've been very consistent, kind of a bend but don't break. So it'll be good to see them face something a little bit different today.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that defense as we continue to preview this ball game, getting ready for kickoff here between the Broncos and the Chieftains. This is the Comfort Designs pregame show. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated. They are Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company for more than 20 years. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. I can tell you the Comfort Designs heating system has been put in my house about 2 weeks ago, working like a charm in 90-degree weather here in October. I'm glad they put that bad boy in. And, of course, our Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, specializing in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and the staff at Strode Orthodontics is experienced, highly trained, and fully licensed orthodontic specialists with decades of combined experience in the orthodontic field, with locations in Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. We'll come back with more on the Comfort Designs pregame show on Spring Hill Sports Live. Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Back out here, Tonganoxie High School, B.J. Harris, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo, about just over 12 minutes away from kickoff here. And this one is the Broncos get ready to take on the Chieftains of Tonganoxie here on October the 8th. It is a warm day. Sun starting to set, though, thankfully, behind us. We're outside here. Very good setup here. Appreciate Tonganoxie High School. Cody Whitty, one of the best in the business, is their athletic director. Area matchups brought to you by Apex Massage Therapy. Massage isn't just a luxury. It's a way to happier, healthier life. Kylie at Apex Massage Therapy knows your aches and pains may be the same as others, but your treatment plan doesn't have to be. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-575-1079. That's 913-575-1079 for Apex Massage Therapy. Right there inside Perfect Detail Salon, right across from K&M. You know where that's at, right? I'm sure. You know where K&M is. I'm sure Caden makes a beeline there about once a week. Pick up some of that stuff. Free advertising for those gays. But under 11 minutes now before this one. Look at some of these matchups. Lewisburg 2-3 at Bonner Springs 1-3. Piper at Paola. That's one that's probably one to watch. 4-1 and 2-3. I haven't seen Paola. We'll see Piper next week. Paola's kind of been up and down. They came up here and lost a close one to Tonganoxie. I feel like that's maybe a trap game for Piper.
Well, Paola was actually ahead of Spring Hill 7-0 to start the game. So, I think Paola's just young, and obviously, it's hard to keep the success they've had. So, that definitely is a trap game for Piper.
Certainly well coached. Ottawa's 2-3. That's like winning the Super Bowl after the few years they've had at Eudora, who's 2-3. Bishop Ward 2-3 at Baldwin right now. That's 0-4. Perry Lecompton 3-2. At Osawatomie 0-5. Olathe West 4-1 at Mill Valley. I think that's probably one for a Sunflower League title, perhaps. It is a big one. Mill Valley trying to bounce back from a loss last week that I think was a big surprise to a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely.
Got the national anthem. We'll take a quick break. More on this one coming up next right here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Elliott Insurance Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Insurance Group, we work, live, and shop in our local communities, serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years. Elliott Insurance Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Insurance Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit elliottInsuranceGroup.com.
HERS Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at HERS, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call HERS at
913-247-3530.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573. Very nice rendition of the Star-Spangled Eagle banner there by the Tonganoxie Chieftain Marching Band. B.J. Harris, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo back here at Tonganoxie High School. The 5-0 Broncos taking on the 2-3 Chieftains, 2-2 in the Frontier League. Broncos trying to win their first Frontier League title since 1990. They are in the driver's seat of this one. A few other matchups just as we were rolling through that. Bishop Miege 2-3 against Blue Valley. Number 4, Baser Linwood's 5-0 against Kansas City, Washington. St. James Academy defending 4A state champions are 1-4. They're at Blue Valley Southwest 2-3. DeSoto, who Spring Hill beat last week at 2-2 against Shawnee Heights 1-4. And then Lansing 2-3 against Pittsburgh. Just trying to pick some geographical ones in this area. A lot of other good matchups. Not a lot of great ones on that particular list of games, but this one I think is going to be pretty good. We will see how things go here in just a little bit. Starting lineups. Actually, let's talk about Easy Relic and our friends there. If you miss the big play or want to see it again, you can get a clip sent right to your phone. Text SHHS to 816-406-0051. The guys at Easy Relic tell me to just have that programmed into your phone as easy. Then you go easy, text that number, have it ready to go, and you can get those clips sent right to your phone. We did have a little bit of an issue last week. They had some programming problems, and so had everybody fired up about it at Spring Hill, but should be up and working for this ball game, so be sure to take advantage of that one. And our partnership for Easy Relic, text SHHS to 816-406-0051. In fact, if you forget how to do that, text that right now, and you'll get this clip to your phone, and then you can refer back to this clip when trying to figure out how to do everything. You can also learn everything at springhillsportslive.com/easy. Getting ready for this one. Starting lineups brought to you by American's Heartland Collection. From antiques to live plants, you never know what you're going to find to add to your own personal collection. Let us spark your curiosity at America's Heartland Collection Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5 at 305 South Webster. First up for the Broncos offensively, quarterback is Fletcher Pankey again, 62 of 94 on the year, pretty efficient, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 851 yards passing on the season so far. He's averaging 13.7 yards per throw. That's pretty good. And he's 64%. He's also got 31 carries, and he's in the plus. For a quarterback to be in the plus, 3 touchdowns as well on the ground. Pretty good year all around for the quarterback. You'll get a chance to see the difference between a senior quarterback and a sophomore quarterback tonight here in this ball game. Zach Knowlton, number 13, 16 catches for 237 yards. He's a 5'8", 150-pound senior. Javen Pipkins in the backfield as well, along with Knowlton from time to time. He's the running back, 6 foot, 205, a junior. Daniel Mitchell had a good ball game last week, 6'1", 172, a senior. He's got 14 catches for 245 on the year. Carter Meads, the other wide receiver, 5'11", 168, and a senior. Cameron Crotchet out wide, 6'3", 185, and a senior. And up front, the big fellas for the Broncos. The center is for them Aiden Wegley. He is at 6 foot 195. That's a left guard, rather. The center is Cole Roden, 5'11", 233. Left tackle is Aiden Palmer, 6'2", 235. The right tackle is Carter Meek, 6'1", 280. And the right guard is Andrew Campbell, 6 foot 220. That's who we had on the starting lineup last week. Defensively for the Broncos, it will be Debiak, along with Colin Rudy getting in there, Casey O'Neill, Keanu Tiafau, RJ Dominic, Garrett Bauer getting in there on one of the outside linebacker spots. Linebackers will be Anderton and Rivers. Defensive backs will be James Newton, Carter Mead, Zach Knowlton, and Daniel Mitchell for the Broncos. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by America's Heartland Collection. We'll take one more timeout. We'll come back. We've got your keys of game. Opening kickoff here from Tonganoxie, the Chieftains, and the Broncos. Coming up next right here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Happy birthday! Thank you.
Watch this. Call your dad from that phone.
So you pay for a phone line just to laugh at kids?
No, my internet company makes me pay for the phone. Might as well get something out of it.
That internet?
No bundling required. Visit gobrawley.com to learn more.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Pankey Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pankey Plumbing. At Pankey Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pankeyplumbing.com. Go Broncos! Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net. Back out here, Tonganoxie High School, B.J. Harris Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo getting ready for this one. The Broncos and the Chieftains. Keys to the game brought to you by our friends at Spring Hill Chiropractic and Acupuncture. The key to a better quality of life is making Spring Hill Chiropractic part of your health and wellness plan. Dr. Daniel Harding strives to make it easy and affordable as possible to get the care you need for the whole family. Learn more at springhillchiropractor.com or call 913-592-3541. Matt, some thoughts on this one, how the Broncos are going to move to 6-0.
I think, for the offense, is efficiency. I think that's something second half they kind of struggled with last week, and that's they've been really good at that all year. So, remaining efficient on offense, no matter what the score is, if they're up big or if it's close, just, keeping those routes tight, running the ball effectively, making the right reads, and just continue to do what's got them here.
As a coach, a former coach, what would you have told your boys beating a team that a lot of teams maybe thought you weren't going to beat, but playing a second half in which you didn't really perform as good as you would have liked to have? How do you address that as a coach?
I think you're blunt. You say, you know what? You're reading the headlines. You're looking at your record. You're looking at the rankings. You're not always as good as you think you are. You have so much room to keep getting better. We just got to keep getting better as the season goes on.
Here we go, opening kickoff. And we're getting underway here in this one. Spring Hill won the toss, elected to the first. Short kick there for Knowlton. It'll be center return. Far side. And finally going to be brought down. Pretty good field position all in all in the return there by Devin Spleakle. Spleakle, big fella, 44. They'll return it up there, and that's where the Chieftains will start this one, as they will start at their own 33-yard line.
First and 10 from the 33.
Opening kickoff brought to you by our friends at Seats Incorporated. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Quarterback McGraw going to turn, handoff Clydesty coming near side. He'll be roped in on the outside. Good contain. That looked like that was going to be a big play at the start, but Carter Meade turns him in. Little help as well from Newton to keep that and limit that to just a 2-yard gain, maybe 3 yards when they set it down for Clydesty. Coming to this near edge on that one, the wide side of the field in that first attempt on pretty much a straight dive. This time, Colvert will be the wing to the far side, wide out that far way as well, and Clydesty in the backfield. They'll go the same play other way. This one a little bit bigger of a hole. He spins forward up near the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the run by Clydesty and a first down for the Chieftains.
This is something similar to what Paola did in the first game.
This is what I talked about last week. Maybe it was off the air, maybe after we were done. I said, hey, if they get a guy who wants to run right up the middle and run right at this undersized defense, that could put them in a situation. I'm going to have to stand up and get a little better vantage point here.
I'm just too short to see over the rail.
Turn, handoff, third time at Clydesty. This is the good cut inside, but lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss on the play, but he does go back up the line of scrimmage. A host of guys there, including Noah Anderton, along with
Nathan Jones, it looked like, feeling really well.
Yep, that's right. 5'10", 241, the senior D lineman. Band right here in earshot. Second down, and a lot of movement on that left side. And this will be against the defense.
Yeah, it looked like they, not intentionally, but drew him off.
That's my favorite chant.
You can't do that. I like it.
So that'll give him a free 5 yards, brings him a second down and 4 here for the Chieftains. Turn, handoff, new running back. Hit and brought down. Anderson was there, not able to finish it. Good hard run. Not a real big guy on the carry for Colton Brusvin. 5'9", 165, but takes that in a sophomore, but a nice run there. Needed 4. He got about 4, just short of a first down. And it will bring up a third down and very short. Clydesty back in the backfield behind McGraw. High snap, turn, handoff. He's got the first down, falling forward. And again, on the tackle for the Broncos is Noah Anderton. But another good gain, a first down mark and more. Gain of about 4 on the play.
And really the backs aren't having to do a whole lot for Tonganoxie. The line surge, the linemen aren't very big for them, but they're in position. They're doing a really good job exploiting off the line against the Broncos.
And they're moving pretty quickly, too. Not a lot of dead time here in between plays. Loose ball. And it will be a loss just when things are kind of clicking. It's little stuff like that sometimes that can really throw off a team's rhythm. McGraw does fall on top of it, so they'll live to see another down.
And again, we were talking about, being a sophomore versus a senior.
Second down, 15.
So back it up. It'll bring up a second down and 15. Big hole off that left side. Clydesdee runs like you want a dude to run. I mean, he is reckless abandon almost. It's a gain of 4 on the play.
He doesn't cut much. He just
straight ahead.
Kind of reminds me of a Knowlton a little bit. He just hits that hole and runs hard.
We'll give him, right at 4 on the play. James Newton makes the play. It's a big third down here early going to this one as the Broncos defense is being pushed a little bit here. Third down and 10 from the 40. Clydesdee near side. He'll fall. 4 balls comes loose. There it is. There's
one.
He'll fall on top of it. It'll be Bronco football going the other way. This is not nice. But Clydesdee was also crowned homecoming king just a moment ago, and I told Matt kind of cheekishly, I said, homecoming king, he's either going to have the biggest night of his life or he'll fumble a couple of times. I said, what's the over-under on fumbles? First drive, I mean, he was going to work too. He was good. If they hold on to that football, that's going to be a touchdown eventually on that drive, just the way they were gashing the Broncos. And they cough it up on a fumble. The second one of that drive, actually, they did recover the first one, but a fumble by Sam Clydesdee gives the Bronco offense their first chance here as they'll start this drive at their own 33 here with 8:40 to play. Going the other way, it is Knowlton. And not going to have much there.
Zach Knowlton on the carry.
Tonganoxie did a great job stringing that one out. Usually that's Knowlton's bread and butter. He can get up there and accelerate downfield, but they held him for no gain.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
No gain on that one. Second down and 10. Here's Pankey looking to pass. Straight drop. He's got a little bit of time. Lets it fly underneath. He's got his man. It's Knowlton again. Knowlton fires forward. He's got a gain of about 10 yards on second down and 10. A little dump pass underneath. Almost a little screen backside. And it's going to be a gain of 10. It'll bring up a first down and 10.
Yardage is good for a first down.
It's a nifty little play there. Kind of got everything looking downfield a little bit and threw it underneath. And, of course, as you mentioned, he knows how to do it. Turn, hand off, nope, keep it. Pankey, good read. He's got some running room. Some of his biggest running of the season. He'll go across midfield into Chieftain territory, across the 45, up near the 43-yard line. It'll be another first down. And that will be a nice gain of about 15 yards.
And another great read by Knowlton. Pankey, he's been so good at that all season long.
Here's that hurry-up offense we saw in the first drive last week against DeSoto. Right back at it. Turn, handoff. Zach Knowlton trying to pick his way through. A good run off the right side, enough to keep him honest as it goes across the 40 or right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 3. It'll bring up a second down and 7. $7:15 and counting here, opening quarter, opening drive offensively for the Broncos. They forced a fumble on the Chieftains' first opportunity of the game a moment ago. Pankey will flip Knowlton to his right. Going to roll near side, though. Lets it out, flips it out for Carter Mead. Boy, that was dangerous.
Ooh.
And it's going to be caught by Mead. 2 defenders. Clydesdee, one of them. And Pankey tried to drop that in the bucket, and he did.
He did, and it was a great catch by me, but that's a dangerous pass. If the D-back makes a good play on that, he's probably gone for 6.
It's a pitch and catch to Carter Mead of 6 yards. It brings up a third down and long 1. Probably 4-down territory. Need to get up to the 33. Flip it out. He's got Knowlton. Knowlton's got to make one miss. He does. He makes another guy miss. He's on the sideline. Down he goes. Penalty flag comes. It's coming back. It'll be a touchdown for Knowlton. Most likely it's coming back. And it's
looks like Crotchett's over there pleading his case for something.
It'll be a first down, I think, based on where that flag's sitting. It'll be a first down marker. But another just dynamic play by Zach Knowlton may get called back this time. We'll see. Based on the trajectory of the Bronco offense, I would say so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But, man, does that dude know how to do with the ball when he gets it in his hands?
He does. His acceleration is just immediate. He gets downfield, and he knows how to make the other team miss.
Tough break there for the Broncos on 3rd down and 1. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Again, that was a spot foul. Lights and sirens everywhere. We're right here on the highway, getting to see it. 6:23, first drive of offense. Again, this is still probably 2-down territory over the Broncos, so you don't necessarily need to pick up a first down here. That was another kind of risky pass by Pinky that
again, it
was
had air
successful.
under it.
Yeah, and here comes a penalty flag. That's somebody lined up offside. I think it's a wide receiver on the near side. No. That is inexcusable, that one right there.
Yeah, coaches do not like to see it. That's something that can definitely be avoided. You give them a free first down when they're moving.
Not the cleanest football we've seen all year long here in the first two drives between these two teams. First down and 10 here for the Broncos, though. They'll move the chains and keep this one going. A lot of contact in the backfield. There was no time at all. I mean, they were there at the handoff. Draven Pipkin never had a chance. Poor Draven's going to get a 5-yard loss on that play, and he never even had an opportunity.
He didn't even know where to go, and honestly, Panky, he couldn't even have kept it because they were surrounded. They both had him surrounded.
O-line has been very good this year. They've done their part. Maybe not quite as much in the running game as the passing game, but they have still done a nice job. Here's a look at it. Plenty of time. Panky going to let it fly. He's got Knowlton across there. Knowlton's got to make the catch. He does! Touchdown, Broncos! A 35-yard strike from Fletcher Panky to Zach Knowlton. That was a thing of beauty. Run that post. He gets to it, puts it out in front of him, and it's pay dirt for the Broncos. 5:33 to play first quarter. They lead by 6.
What trust between quarterback and receiver. He knew exactly where Knowlton was going to be, hit him in stride for the score.
That was awesome.
Extremely well executed. And Pipkin had a great block in the backfield. Gave Panky just a little bit more time.
There was a little bit of pressure coming his way. They were able to hold it off, and he launched one. 35-yard strike. The PAT no good, but the Broncos do strike first. We're back at 30 seconds on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Option Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back out here to kick it away. Change things up yet again in the kicking game. As Gabriel Elliott Thomas going to kick on to kick it away. Zach Knowlton's been having touchbacks every week. Look at Noah Anderton in the open field. Talk about breaking down, getting low, watching their belt and wrap it up and putting it on the ground. That is the way it's done right there, gentlemen.
Just a perfect textbook form open field tackle.
Missed it at the beginning, but our kickoff's brought to you by Seats Incorporated. Kick off your new career with Seats Incorporated in Spring Hill. Seats is a leader in manufacturing quality seating and accessories for vehicles with competitive wages and benefits. To see all their openings or to apply online, go to seatsinc.com. Back at it after a fumble thwarted their last drive. Some of the same with Clydesty trying to get going. This time the Bronco D is there, going to limit him to maybe a yard on the play. Clydesty on that last drive had runs of 3, 9, 1, 4, 4, and then a fumble. On his 5th carry, he did cough it up. And one of my best premonitions came true on that opening drive. Starting this one at their own 24-yard line, a gain of 1 there for Clydesty. Bring up a second down and 9. Turn, handoff, same dude. Cross the 30, up near the 34-yard line. They move the pile, and there's some big fellas up there helping do some of it. Watch number 71 for them. Connor Cole, 6'2", 235, a junior. The other side they do with 78, Logan Blankhardy, 6'2", 211. He was one of those homecoming king candidates out there as well, big fella. They've always got some size here in Tonga. They've got some guys that are going to make some big differences for the Gorillas down there, by the way. Cole Sample's going to be a player for Pittsburgh State. He came from here a couple of years ago. Not much there that time for Clydesty.
Handoff was to Sam
Much better penetration by a host of Broncos.
Brings up 4th down.
Not much there. And it'll bring up 4th down and a long 4, short 5.
Bailey back to punt.
They're going to punt it away. Zach Knowlton will step beyond the 40-yard line. Low snap. Pressure coming. Probably a hold. Not a great punt. Does take a good roll, and this will roll all the way down out of bounds at the 26-yard line. That's where the Broncos will take over offensively.
Probably wise to stay away from it. That would have been a pretty difficult punt to field, so it did roll a little bit, but
3:45 to play here, first quarter. Broncos strike first on a 35-yard pitch and catch from Fletcher Pankey to Zach Knowlton on a drive that they were moving it. Knowlton had already had a touchdown called back on a pitch and catch on a holding penalty, and then an offsides gives them a free 5 yards very next play. You just can't make mistakes like that against a good team, or two plays rather. They had a false start to get a first down, or offsides to get a first down. Then they lose 4 yards, then they score a touchdown. So they can do it at any time. Option going far side, kick it outside to Pipkin again. Poor Draven Pipkin is going to have negative 9 yards rushing in this game, and he has never had a chance.
And that play from the beginning had nowhere to go. Either Pankey keeps it and gets crushed, or he pitches it, and kind of a lose-lose play. But that happens.
Loss of 4 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 14 here for the Broncos. 3 wide receivers near side. Knowlton's the slot. The wide out near side is Mitchell. Crotchett, the lone man to the far side. They'll roll near, looking. Still some time. Pankey trying to buy some time. He'll set his feet, throws it back. He gets the green. He's got his man, Carter Meade. What a pitch and catch there. Another trust exercise. A 10-yard hookup and another first down on 2nd down and 14. That was a 14-yard hookup, actually, because it got to the sticks.
And that's a difficult pass to make. He's running to his left. He's got 2 guys in his face. He stops, rotates his body, and throws back across the middle.
Pipkin to the right of Pankey. They'll hand it off this side. Well played. Pipkin break one tackle and still some more. Showing some strength there to keep his legs. That should have been a loss of about 4, but Pipkin able to keep his balance. He was there. It was Gabe Bailey, the 6-foot, 190-pound defensive back, strong safety for them, but Pipkin's still able to pick up 5 yards on the play and some tenacity there.
He's tired of losing yards. He said, I want to get back on the good side of 0.
Right. Second down and 5 for the Broncos. Crotchett, the man right here to our near side. Turn handoff. Pipkin again rumbling forward. He's going to get up near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2. It'll bring up a 3rd down and a big one. A 3rd down and 3 here for the Broncos. Got to try between the tackles. They've tried outside. That hasn't really worked for them. In fact, that last play was an outside run that was going to be negative. When it came back inside, it was theirs. So we'll see how that plays into things. A gain of 2.
Well, and that was one of those plays where Pipkin probably could have just from the beginning put his head down and barreled through, but he kind of tiptoed.
3rd down and 3. Pankey rolling. Broncos a 3rd and 3 as a passing down. And then finally brought down.
Very well covered in the defensive backfield. He didn't really have a whole lot of places to go with that.
Logan Blancardi, the guy who brought him down. It's a loss of 3 on the play to bring up a 3rd down in a punting situation here for the Broncos. Well, if you're the Chieftains and you get fumble on a great drive, didn't get scored on, and they come back and 3 and out, to come back on defense and stop them right there, that could change the flow of this game. If Broncos march down and go up 2 scores right away here in the first quarter, it's certainly a different thing.
Oh, that's a huge defensive effort for them.
Good night.
Great high punt.
Holy mackerel. That is a beauty. Inside the 5, it will be returned by Clydesty. He's going to be brought down. Look at the open field tackle again. Lone man out there to make that play for the Broncos. Turn around, young man, so I can say your name on the television. I think it was Colton McCann. It was 5'9", 170, the sophomore coming down there. But what about the punt?
And, you could almost say he outkicked his coverage, but Spring Hill's so fast they were able to get down there and make a great open field tackle once again.
That's Gabriel Elliott Thomas. We saw him do the kickoffs a moment ago. you can bet at the next commercial break I'm going to ask about number 14 here in a second because we have not seen him much this year. He's kicking off, and that was about a 60-yard punt. And it makes sense to me now because I was talking to the Tonga guys. They go, your punter was kicking like 60-yard punts. I was like, that hasn't really been the thing. I mean, they've had good punts all year long. Nothing to sneeze at, but no 60-yarders. Well, that was
the best one we've had this year
for sure. Run off the left side, not much there. The Bronco defense stiffening. And they're going to let the time wind down, I believe, in this quarter. They'll flip ends, and the Chieftains will come back with 2nd down and 10 where we return in the second quarter of this one. Broncos lead it 6-0. I believe they're going to be in a dogfight here tonight against the Chieftains. We'll see when we return here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
There's the push, and it is a touchdown, Lewisburg.
I'm so sick of this.
I saw a Go Brawley truck in front of Bob's.
Go Brawley. No buffering allowed. Visit GoBrawley.com today.
Yes! Yes!
You two really need to get Go Brawley.
Six to nothing your score after one quarter of play as we head to the second quarter of this one. Broncos first score come on a 35-yard pitch and catch. Tonganoxie now looking at 2nd down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Straight drop for McGraw. Lets it fly. Throws it under. Meads. There he almost turns his head. He turned into a wide receiver, in which he is. He's already got one interception on the season. As Carter Mead, he was looking for number 2.
Just a little awkward turn of the body. Had it right there.
He was looking for number 3, actually. He's got 2 already on this year. So 3rd down and 10.
Putting the young quarterback in a very difficult position, deep on your own side, 3rd and long. We'll see how he responds.
All the way back at the 11-yard line. Send a man in motion. That's Clydesty. Straight drop again from McGraw, just trying to go route. He's got his man. He just out-throws him. Boy, there's a mix-up in coverage there. Carter Mead, and I didn't see who was underneath. We're going to pass him off, and nobody took him. And he got beyond him. They made a good recovery. Still, if it's put on the money, intended for Holthouse, but it's a 4th down and a punting situation here for the Chieftains. That was almost a home run.
Just inches.
So, see what they do here. The Broncos might bring the heat. Doesn't look like they've got a block on. And you've got it. They do have a block on because there's nobody back to return this thing. They kick it down the sidelines. Could take a pretty good roll. It'll still be excellent field position for Spring Hill as they will start this at their own 48-yard line. Here with 11:39 to play in the first half. That was a fast-moving first quarter with the running game of Tonganoxie in that opening drive. I think burn up a little bit of that clock early on. We'll see if that continues.
Well, and for Spring Hill, they ran the ball several times, too. You know, they don't always come out running like they did, and that's kind of how they got the tempo of the game started.
So the Broncos go back to work offensively, moving from left to right here. That's me, making sure I'm still heard. Scoreless first quarter. Trojans. Turn handoff, Pipkin, rumbling forward. I'd like to see Draven get going a little bit physically and just be physical like that a lot.
I agree.
And I think he's the kind of guy, it seems to me, and I don't know the kid personally, but just the way I watch him run, if he gets going, it's just going to get better and better and better as the game goes on.
I totally agree. He starts hitting the hole harder. I think he's this guy that needs carries.
4-yard pickup there, turn handoff, Knowlton trying to find that hole. He does. Slides back against the grain, trying to break off one tackle. It's a big run by Zach Knowlton. As that will be a gain of, where they put it down, 14 yards on the run by Knowlton.
Talon Langford on the
And a first down and 10 for the Broncos. Well, 13. They took a yard off of it there at the end. Backed it up to the marker at the 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers near side. It's kind of their base set. Carter Meadnick and a nice recovery on the offensive line. You'll watch this on film where his D lineman got the best of him in that opening push, but he kept his feet and regrouped and kept things clean. Pinky was not going to have pressure. I quit watching the ball because I was watching the O-line there. That happens.
That's okay.
Incomplete pass, didn't matter.
They need some love, too.
Oh, busted play here. Pinky going to try to make something out of nothing. He has stroked Colvert coming downhill on that one. Andrew Colvert, 6 foot 217 rather. Senior linebacker. 23 tackles on the season, including 2 for loss and a sack, and that may be 3 for loss. 3rd down and 11. Busted play there on that one.
Panky will feel that one. Probably already does. That was a good, solid hit.
Probably 4-down territory perhaps here. Straight drop. Throws it. And nearly picked off. Maybe going to the well one too many times there. Mitchell had set up right at the sticks. And I think the defender in that case knew where he was going to go, Jesse Young. 5'8", 140 senior. And a 4th down. You don't gain a lot here from punting.
No, I agree. I think you go for it, and he's got to look at his backside a little bit. He's been looking at his first read.
See how they do it. They're going to take a timeout. It's a good one, I believe. 10:21 to play here, first half. 6-0 Broncos lead. We're back in 30 seconds on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Rain Dance Studios is the area's newest dance studio with professionally trained staff, a brand new facility, and classes for every dance and tumbling level. Rain Dance Studios is everything you never knew you needed in a dance family. With an emphasis on customer experience, exquisite dance technique, and dancer confidence, Rain is the dance studio for every aspiring dancer. Come join Spring Hill's premier dance experience and get the royal treatment. Schedule a free 2-week trial by visiting raindancestudios.com.
$10:21 to play, first half. Broncos lead at 6-0. B.J. Harris, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo back here at Tonganoxie High School. Huge shout out to all the folks watching, hopefully at Bull Creek. Reached out to us about throwing it up on their screens out there. So if you're listening to us at Bull Creek, we appreciate that, watching us. And cheer on the Broncos, trying to move to 6-0. Ranked number 5. That's the highest ranking in a couple of publications. Down to 9. Now the Broncos do decide to punt it. Low snap. This was going to be a directional kick. That's a thing of beauty right there. Gabriel Elliott Thomas.
Wow.
Gabe Elliott Thomas.
And puts that one right where he needs to. Field position. When you got that kind of weapon back there, that's when you punt it away and use that field position. Too many times I've just seen punts go into the end zone and it comes back out to the 20 and you gained, 10 yards by not taking a chance. This is a different story, as this wing's going to start all the way deep inside Tonga territory.
And that's typical for a high school student that's had one huge long punt, and then a directional punt right out of bounds.
Yeah, beautiful. McGraw turn, handoff, Clydesty near side. And moving forward.
He runs hard.
He does. That was Colvert, actually, the fullback tight end. That was my fault. Run by Colvert. As he has a nice hard run of about 5 yards.
Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
Some breathing room to work with now.
2nd down and 5 for the Chieftains. Young will be the wide out to the near side. Clydesty's actually a slot. Garrett Bauer lined up with him across. They'll flip him back into the backfield. Either side of McGraw. Turn, handoff. Clydesty, there's a big hole coming back. He saw it finally. Spins forward. He's got a first down across the 20. Up near the 22, maybe 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 9 on the carry and a first down for the Chieftains.
Well-executed cutback by Clydesty.
That was a huge hole on that cutback. When you're zone blocking like that and you can make some lanes, and if you see it, it can get real big real fast. Clydesty again will start in that slot. They'll run it out of here. Turn, handoff, cut back against the green, a big run. They'll go 1, 2, 3 at you between Culver and Clydesty and Bruisevin. That's an 11-yard pickup on first down. It'll move the chains.
Yardage good for Tonganoxie. First down.
And if I'm Chieftains, don't get cute here. You just keep on pounding at the Broncos and try to wear them out a little bit.
I think they learned their lesson last drive when they tried to air it out a little bit. That's not their game.
McGraw turn, handoff again to Bruisevin. He'll make one guy miss and another excellent tackle. Going low on him. May have been James Newton.
He was so low I couldn't see his number.
TFL was there as well. It'll be a gain of 2. That was Bruisevin on the carry. 8:39 to go first half. Broncos scored on their opening drive, have been held scoreless since then. Chieftains were driving on their opening drive but fumbled it. First turnover of the ball game. Again, Bruisevin. That kid does not look physically like he should be running over people like he is, but man, he gets after it a little bit. Does Bruisevin. A little undersized perhaps, but man, I think he's going to be good. He's a sophomore, I believe.
He's a tough, hard-nosed runner.
Yeah. Bauer again with the tackle. It's a
brings up 3rd down and 5 for the Chieftains.
Gain of about 3. 3rd down and 5. We'll see what they decide to do here. Jack Messersmith coming into the ball game. He'll be the wing to the far side. McGraw brings Clydesty back to him. Hand it to him. Brought down underneath. Who goes underneath there? That was Rivers. Austin Rivers tripped him up kind of submarine style. Just got enough of his foot. That looks like it was definitely going to be a first down run if Rivers doesn't trip him up, but it brings up a big 4th down here for the Tonga Chieftains.
He did. He had about 10 yards of green ahead of him, so Rivers did a great job getting that big paw in there and getting to the ground.
It's a gain of 2 to bring up a 4th and 2. Direct snap to Clydesty. Pushing. Officials seem to mark it forward. He just keeps on working, does Clydesty. He only needed 2. He gets 5. And it's a big first down for the Chieftains.
And, the initial contact was there by Spring Hill, but Clydesty just didn't stop running. He kept fighting and ended up with the first down.
Just shy of midfield at the 45, 49-yard line. First down and 10. We're inside 7 minutes of play here in the first half of this one. Good penetration that time by the Bronco defense, but Bruisevin busts out of there, and he's down the sideline. Knowlton just gets enough of him as he will be out of bounds. Where they mark him down beyond the 35-yard line. We'll see where they mark it out right at the 30. So it's a 21-yard run, but a penalty flag all the way back at the 45. This thing's coming back. A penalty flag is called down there. Everybody in the stands just now realizing it, including yours truly. But that was a big run, the biggest play of the game, no doubt, by Tonganoxie, but it's going to be called back. Those darn linemen.
Yeah. Well, I wondered why they were staying back there. I think he's pretty sure he's like, that was me.
And spot foul was in the backfield where it happened, about 5 yards deep. So, in fact, 4 yards deep, because you mark another 10 yards all the way back to the 35. You're talking about a play that was 1st and 10 at the 30, and now it's 1st and whatever that is, all the way back to the 35-yard line.
Huge
McGraw
change.
He's got his man Young again, just out of his reach. Boy, throw that back inside, and he's going to have a big play. Instead, It's an incomplete pass.
They got to throw to keep them honest, but obviously their bread and butter is going to be on the ground, mixing it up a little bit.
Well, this offense that runs the ball, this will be the 10th play of this drive that started at their own 7. They've not made up a whole lot of ground, mainly because of that penalty, but they've chewed up a ton of clock and keeping that vaunted Bronco offense off the field. If nothing else, kind of keeping them out of getting a rhythm going like they did in the first half last week against DeSoto.
Absolutely.
Shotgun here again for McGraw. Just keeps stomping that foot trying to get somebody to go in motion, and now here comes a timeout.
McGraw
looked like a horse trying to talk to somebody. What is it, boy? And
that last stomp, he was getting pretty upset. He's
move already.
Like, I can't do anything else besides tell him where you're coming, where you're going.
6:32 to play here. We'll keep it here. Broncos having a ton of success this year. It's exciting. We got kids in the school district. You kind of hear people around town talking about it. You know, when restaurants reach out to you, hey, how do we live stream the game inside of it? I was telling somebody this week how much fun it is to be in a town that's having success early in the football season, early in the school year. It just sets a completely different tone, and how more welcome is it than this right now for the Broncos?
Oh, it's totally needed. I had an administrator one year, one of my first years teaching, he said that the tone of the school year is set when the football team starts out and they're winning.
Yep.
The people are happy, they're excited, they're looking forward to something to do on a Friday night. And, with all the things that have gone on the last 18 months, this is a welcome sight. It's good for our community. Even the middle school kids are talking about being excited to go to the ball games.
6:32 to play in this first half. We're out of that timeout. Seen fire trucks everywhere. Now the smoke's rolling over the top. Where'd that come from?
That's a good question.
Straight drop again. No turn handoff. Clydesty. No, that is Bruisman, and he will bruise your chest if you get in front of him. Runs with a tremendous amount of strength. Somebody took a helmet. It is going to be a pretty good gain on second down in a long time. Mitchell, the recipient of that, but made the tackle. It'll bring up a third. And 16, 17, something like that.
17. The board says 15, but I think that's generous.
That's not 5 yards. Straight drop. Throws it again. He's got Holthausen. He can't make the catch. Just out of the reach. You kind of see where it's going to happen at some point.
They want it.
Holthaus falls incomplete. We'll bring up fourth down for the Chieftains.
And the entire defensive backfield for the Broncos, they're not giving them a whole lot of cushion. That may be something they change. But as athletic as their defensive backfield has been all year, they don't normally need a big cushion because they can make that play. I think they just need to turn their head a little bit quicker and get on and run with him.
Punter stands at his own 35-yard line. Boot into this one and kick it out of bounds. That's going to be not very much field position. In fact, that ball is going to end up eventually being marked closer than what the Chieftains had it on that first down run that they get called back from the holding penalty. That drive comes all the way back. So now you've got two good drives that if the momentum in which they had built up in Tonganoxie had finished, they'd be up by a touchdown right now.
Oh, for sure they would.
They fumbled on the first drive of the game. Then they had a full head of steam. I have no doubt if they don't cough it up, they're going to the end zone. Same thing with that holding penalty. If they don't have that holding penalty, they're probably going up. So the Broncos should feel good about things being 6-0, but don't feel worried about it because this could be a 14-6 game real easily. Lucky it isn't. Now the Broncos need to do something here with the final 5:45 and go in up by 2 scores. Pankey pulls it. Good read by Fletcher Pankey. He's got some grass in front of him. Across midfield. Up to the first down markers. It's a gain of 10 on first down and 10, but a penalty flag sits at the 45.
Flag on the play.
It was a great read by Pankey again.
Holding. Spring Hill.
Another holding penalty.
10-yard penalty. Replay the down.
Zebras earning their cash tonight.
They are. It's been a pretty messy game as far as penalties, and Spring Hill is the one thing this entire year they've been fairly mistake-free, but we've seen a little bit, at the second half last week and maybe a little bit tonight.
I think they like to pad their offensive stats, back them up 10 more, and that way you get 2 more yards on the offensive side of things, right? Pankey flips it out. He's got Crotchet. He's got to make the freak catch. He does. Nope. Near side official says no, hit the ground. Crotchet.
If 21, I think 21 breaks on that, he's got a pick 6.
Crotchet had one of the most phenomenal catches ever in this venue a couple of years back. It was on a lot of highlight shows around the Metro and stuff down this sideline going into the end zone, right? It was awesome catch. So he likes it here. But second down and 18. You don't need to get it all, but you need to get a big chunk of it right here. Going to turn handoff instead of Carter Meade.
There's a flag on the ground.
If it's holding, they're going to call holding, I'm guessing, on Aiden Weegley. But that should be defensive holding. The defender is the one who had a hold of the entire back of the guard, and he was dragging him. into that play. We'll see. If they're talking about it, they might be trying to get this right. That should be defensive holding. It's not going to be, because I've never seen that called on a defensive lineman in 20 years of broadcasting. But that's what happened right there.
But
he was up inside of him, and the defensive guy had a hold of the entire back of the guard. We'll see what they call here.
Personal foul. Face mask. Tonganoxie. 15-yard penalty.
I didn't see the face mask.
I didn't either.
But I'll take that call. Bakers can't be choosers.
That's right. Well, once Spring Hill again, they've had some breaks.
Yep. That is a big one. That's going to be an automatic first down.
I don't know if he threw his flag again.
Yep. Somebody's going to get another 15 yards tagged on, I believe, unsportsmanlike against somebody. Said something. That's a B.J. Harris move right there.
You got to keep your mouth shut. You got to keep your mouth shut. That's just silly.
Well, you don't have to necessarily. You just have to do it walking away. That way they can't associate it with who said it.
That's, yeah. You know,
don't listen to what I say. Don't listen to anything I say.
I tell the boys in school, time and place, fellas. Time and place. Not the place.
Not the place. Nor the time. 5:19 to go.
No.
Your defense is holding a little bit. It was going to be a third down. Well, the face mask actually had made it a first down, so that didn't matter. But now another 15. I mean, you are talking about the last 4 minutes of game time has swung things not in the favor of the guys in red and white. First down and 10 for the Broncos. They got to capitalize on this, however. Turn handoff, Knowlton trying to catch that edge, not going to get it. Clydesty's there. Another flag. The tempo of this game is going to be disrupted by the yellow things that keep falling out of these guys' pockets. But it's another holding penalty likely on the edge. You may just not be able to run it on the edge. I don't know.
Holding 78 on the offense.
Yeah, start watching that. Watch that a little bit. See if that's legit or we're just being a little
how bad it
overzealous. That's, I mean,
this is like a middle
that's
school
more holding
game.
penalties. That's more holding penalties in the first half of this game than we've had in the first 5 games combined.
Oh, absolutely.
I would say both sides. It's been even. I mean, I'm not criticizing necessarily the crew. I'm just saying it's being called tightly. So if you're an offensive lineman, you need to recognize that immediately.
Yes.
And know that you can't afford to.
You got to change up what you've been doing, which is
what
difficult.
you've been doing is not going to be allowed tonight. Yeah, it's tough. First down, long way. Pankey going to throw it over the middle. He's got Crotch and he can't make the catch. The guy with the best hands on the field has a ball thrown right to him on the pitch by Pankey, and it just hits the dirt. A little miscue there. That is uncharacteristic by Cameron Crotchet.
Brings up second and long for Spring Hill.
You don't see that happen very often for any of Spring Hill's receivers, let alone Crotchet.
So that'll fall incomplete. It'll stay. Second down and 22. Back to the 45-yard line. Straight drop for Pankey. Plenty of time. Throws it up. That's contact before the play. Lucky to hold on to it for Zach Knowlton. Colbert's there to make the tackle, but boys, probably a little early, but it still ended up being only a gain of 2 on a pass. They'll make up a third down and about 19.
Good concentration to hold on to that, especially when you're going down while you're trying to catch it from the defender.
Third down and 19. This will determine how they're going to go for it. Throw it to the corner. Ooh, that one went up and came back down. I believe Daniel Mitchell was the intended receiver. He comes up a little bit hobbled.
Pass falls incomplete.
Looks like he fell on his ankle a little bit strange.
He's walking off, but not overly. Speed certainly one of his attributes that he wants to take advantage of it. He'll stay out there, though, on punt coverage, but they do get a replacement for him.
Let's him take a little breather.
So a punting situation again after what was a real clunky drive there by really both teams.
Back and forth, but there was really no offensive plays. It was all penalties.
Elliott Thomas to punt this one away. Another directional kick. Clydesty, little live driver fielded just inside the 10. Good coverage down the field again by the Broncos. James Newton has made special teams a focus of his. Man, he goes down. He's in a lot of plays. As Newton, along with somebody who made a huge special teams play a little bit ago on Colton McKenna, who goes down and makes a lot of plays on special teams. That's what you're supposed to do. And that return of about 6 yards out across the 15 up to the 16-yard line. That's where Tongi, if they want, they can be in the lead of this game going into halftime if they can put together a drive right here and actually finish it.
Well, they are inches away from completing a big pass.
Halftime recaps can be pretty easy.
Yeah, penalty this, penalty that.
Penalty, punt, punt. Penalty, punt, punt. Under 4 to play. Turn, handoff, Clydesty again. You just kind of feel like they're about to bust one, too. Run right at the Broncos. Carter Meade there. Noah Anderton as well.
You know, Tongi is definitely, to this point, winning the battle up front. The Broncos have done a good job of, their second and third levels, keeping it from being a big play, but you don't want those guys making the tackles every single play.
The field position has made a big play in this one. Tongi's had to drive the length of the field and just haven't been able to finish drives. That time a little stumble there by Brusman, and he'll be held to not much. In fact, no gain on the play after a gain of 8 on the first one. It'll be a gain of nothing to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
No gain on
Looks like Mitchell's back out there.
3rd down.
Big 3rd down here. Broncos get it back. They'll have a chance with 2 timeouts remaining. Turn, handoff. Nope, 1st down by Clydesty. And up just shy of the 30-yard line. Colin Rooney makes that tackle.
Yardage on the play is good.
Up near the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5. And a 1st down and 10 here with 2:51 to play. Time might become an issue, though, if you don't get in a hurry if they want to try to do it on the ground. We have not seen much through the air, although they've been open a few times here in this first half. Straight drop, here it comes. Looking, throws it on time. Carter Meade going to go up, trying to make that play. They finally get it. The connection to Holthouse, right on the money, as that one goes for 30 yards.
That's very well thrown. He threw it on the outside shoulder, so only the Chieftain could catch it. Meade was there, but
Trevor McGraw, the 5'7", 130-pound sophomore quarterback, puts that one a little air under. I mean, that's a timing pass. He threw that before the break. He threw that before it was open. He just threw it on a time, and Holthouse went and got it. Now the Chieftains are in business here with 2:40 to play in the first half. Straight drop. Again, go back to him. Holthouse on the outside. He'll go out of bounds across the 35, up near the 33, 32-yard line. It's a gain of 8, maybe 7.
Most importantly now, Tonganoxie, they can run their bread and butter. They can run the ball. They have plenty of time. They really don't need to throw it anymore unless the clock, starts winding down.
Out of bounds, 2 stops the clock here, 2. The other thing you start to think about a little bit is not giving the Broncos too much time here late in the half. Turn, handoff again, Brusman. He'll stumble forward. He's got the 1st down. It's a gain of 5. And this Bronco defense is on their heels, probably the most they've been all season long.
For Tonganoxie, 1st down.
Turn, handoff, Brusman coming this way. Cuts back against the grain. That kid's got some pretty good vision. He is stroked by Carter Meade, but not before. A gain of 9 yards on the play. No 10. He does move the chains. Up inside the 20, up to the 18-yard line here with 2:05 and counting. Let's wait for the chains to stop. I'd take that kid on my team.
He's a hard runner.
Yep. For sure. And he's a sophomore.
And just his field vision, just seeing those creases. And
go outside in your yard sometime and run with your head forward as hard as you can and try to keep your balance. There's a good second move by Clydesty. Touchdown. No, knocked it loose. Knocked it loose. Tried to come away with it. Is it Carter Meade?
What a great second effort.
Holy mackerel. That is a huge play by Carter Meade.
Defensive back falls down. Meade hustles over there to break up the ball at the last second.
I mean, that was him. That was everything it needed to be except for the last part. And Carter Meade made sure that didn't happen. Officials reset the ball. It got in place not where it was supposed to be. They move it back. 3rd down and 1. Start the play clock. Reset the play clock. 25 seconds. Let her rip. They're right back on it, are the Chieftains. Snap back, turn, hold on. Got to get that 1st down. They do. Brusman in a big hole. Breaks through 1, across the 10.
Again, another good cut. Looks for the green and goes.
15-yard run. there by Bruisman. 14. And up to the 7-yard line. This is the 10th play of this drive. It started back at their own 16. Just beyond 4 minutes. Turn, handoff. This time it's Colvert. He'll be hit, trying to break through. Host of Broncos. Boy, they gang tackle as well as anyone. Zach Knowlton there, Colin Rooney, Carter Mead as well. It's going to be a gain of a couple, maybe 4 yards, 3 yards. Give him 4 as he gets it across the 5 up to the 3-yard line.
Much better job by the Broncos getting multiple hats on the ball. But they don't have much room to work with right now.
This is a really good drive for Tonganoxie late in the half. The 11th play. Clydesty sliding back and forth across. Hard count for E5 for Tongi. That was a called hard count. They were playing in that. It's a good play call. It's a good decision by the quarterback if he makes a call or the coach does, because down here deep inside by the goal line,
you know, if
you can get the D-line thinking, I can't jump off sides again, I just did it.
Yep.
It's not really a big difference yard-wise. It was 1 yard difference, but it does change your mentality slightly as a D-lineman.
Yeah, now they're on their heels.
Straight direct snap to Clydesty. That's going to be too easy for them. He'll waltz into the end zone from 2 yards out. Textbook.
You know, that's the first drive where they haven't shot themselves in the foot. Yep. There was no major penalties other than on, the last one there against the Broncos, and that huge pass. That's been there all game. They were able to finally connect twice during that drive.
Jackson Williams, one of the better kickers in the area. Very consistent. Snaps back, holds down. Kick is on the way, and that one would be good for about 40. PAT's good. The Broncos trail.
They
maybe for the first time since Paola in week 2. Right now they're down by 1. 57 seconds to play in this first half. We're back at 30 seconds. You're watching Bronco football.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle haul-in and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Seven to 6, 57 seconds to play in this one. That drive took over 4 minutes off the clock. 12 plays, 84 yards, capped off on a 2-yard touchdown run by Sam Clydesty, homecoming king, trying to redeem himself from a first quarter fumble, and he does just that. He'll do that a few times, I'm sure, tonight. And now with a minute left, how aggressive did the Broncos get? I'd say probably a little. They'll pooch kick this one, give them pretty good field position as well to do that. There's a penalty flag. It's going to be a face mask. They're going to tack on a little bit more onto this one.
I can't tell who from Tonganoxie did it, but I think
guy missing a finger.
I saw a head turn the wrong way.
It was Wyatt Harris perhaps having his head hung down low. There's Jack Messersmith. It'll still be excellent field position here for the Broncos as they'll start this last drive with 51 seconds. Their opening drive last week against DeSoto went 1:14 and went 80 yards.
Oh, they definitely have the resources to score right now. Obviously their game is throwing the ball, so really need some points on the board right now. Reassert themselves, go into half with the lead.
Waiting for the Zebras to sort this one out where they're going to put this ball down.
And they're going to have really good field position where they like to be, between the 40s.
Michael Grand, Farm Bureau Financial halftime show coming your way in just a little bit. We'll have your Weitzel Optometry Eye on the Game. Recap this first half. Coach Feeback, congratulations to Coach Feeback, awarded Chiefs Coach of the Week. Big honor for him, and certainly well-deserved for getting the Broncos off to a 5-0 start. Trying to keep that.
And this is the hard part. You're ranked, you're undefeated, now people know.
Yep.
They know you're there, and everybody wants to knock you off.
First time starting inside Tongi territory as they'll start at the Tongi 47-yard line. And the clock winds. Got to go. Going to try to run some plays here. He'll throw it. Lets it fly. Crotchet. He gets contact. Nothing going to happen.
I think the official's like, you're not going to bait the contact.
Yep.
We're
going to let him happen. And Crotchet's wise enough to be able to lean into that one maybe just a little bit. Pretty good no call there.
Yeah.
It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Jordan Williams on the cover for the Chieftains.
There was a flag down. I did not see that. Perhaps waiting for the white hat to say what it is. Yeah, they started the game clock before the snap. And 42 is not adequate. That thing ran, it was at 50 when they set the ball for play after the kickoff. It was 57 on the kickoff. It was around 50. And as soon as he blew the whistle, they started the clock. And they sat there for a little while, way more than that much time. I think probably 45 would probably be adequate.
They've lost at least, maybe.
It's, I don't know if it's going to matter, but 42, they'll put some time back on the clock. 3 wide receivers near side. Carter Mead in the slot. Crotch the wide out near side. Looking right. Rolling right. Pankey now flush. Destroyed. Broncos now, you going to call a timeout or maybe not. Holdhouse has had himself a pretty good little turn of events. He had a huge catch on that last drive offensively at wide receiver. And now a huge sack to back the Broncos all the way back inside their own 45-yard line. Timeout taken by the Broncos. We will take it as well. We're back at 30 on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Six to 7 Broncos. Call a timeout there. They've got 1 remaining. 35 seconds. That Crotchet play, they had something open down there, and I'm sure Coach Madeline's over here trying to draw up something down the field with Zach Dalton, perhaps maybe drag him across underneath and let him go to work with his legs.
Well, they don't need to get all of it.
Mitchell. Good catch, no, incomplete. Good contact there on the far side by Jesse Young. That was going to be a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th down a long way. Now you've got to make a decision. If you go for it here,
you give them 30
seconds. Give them 30 seconds in pretty good field position if you don't get it, and they're going to punt it away. And that did not go the way the Broncos would have liked to, as they started this drive with about 50 seconds to play, and 20 seconds later they're punting it away.
Well, one thing, I think they tried to hit a home run 3 times. Yeah. I think, they've got such a good mid-range passing game. Use it. Get those guys in space in the middle and let the receivers make the play.
And Broncos are going to take their final timeout here with 30 seconds. I don't expect Tongi to go quietly into the night. I think with their outside passing game that they showed on that last drive and their ability to stretch the field at least with Holthouse that we know, a known commodity there.
They've got nothing to lose.
They got nothing to lose.
Just let it rip.
And
it's shown tonight. I mean, they're fired up. It's their homecoming.
And I think Spring Hill might be getting they're going to have to reevaluate, recalibrate just a little bit and realize that every game you're going to have to bring your A game. Things go well for the other team like it has at times here. And this style of offense is something, like you said, we haven't seen really since Paola. And
exactly.
Last week, DeSoto wasn't real physical. This Tonganoxie team is certainly physical. For 2 and 3, they're getting after them a little bit tonight.
Well, and they've, every game of theirs has been close. Teams like this that are young, they're learning as they go throughout the season.
4th and a long way, punting here. And that one was nearly into it. Another just beauty. Like, take all of these and put them on a tape and use them for this young man, because that was another stellar punt by Gabriel Elliott Thomas.
He's been the player of the game so far because he's pinned them down. Yep. This would be the 3rd time.
Inside the 5 this time.
Yeah.
And that punt makes a difference, because I was saying they're not going to be overly aggressive. Now I think they take a knee and go in the house and feel good about things. Absolutely. They're already close to the locker room, too. This is how fat guys think.
Yeah.
I think to myself, man, I hope we don't score here, because I'm going to have to go all the way to the end for a PAT.
Run all the way back.
All the way. My locker room's right behind me. I probably got snacks in there I'm already thinking about.
They've got halftime snacks, drinks.
Which mom was in charge of the snacks? That's what you start thinking about. I know she brings Little Debbie's. I wonder if it's her job.
It is homecoming, so it's probably pretty tasty.
Well, there are cookies being baked, fresh baked cookies over here on the side. So I saw those already. You guys didn't see those? 6-7 is your score as we head to the halftime. The Broncos are in a dogfight. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of football still to come. Second half coming away in just a little bit. But we'll kick off the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Insurance halftime show. Michael Grand at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. The Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show starts right now.
One conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you. For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you. One conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
First Option Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com. Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573. Whitesell Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Whitesell Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Whitesell and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Whitesell Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos!
Back here at halftime, the Spring Hill Broncos trailing the Tonganoxie Chieftains 7-6 here on the road. Broncos, number 5 ranked team in Class 5A. They're 5-0 on the year. Right now facing some of their biggest and most dangerous adversity of the season, as they are down by a score here at halftime. Here's how we got to where we are. Let's take a look at it on the Weitzel Optometry Vision Source Eye on the Game. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with Weitzel Optometry Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020, and be sure to ask about the 20/20 rule. It's 913-592-2020. I'm reading that with a pair of glasses from Weitzel Optometry. How about that? We need more restaurants on board so I can talk more about food.
That's right.
But, hey, it's good to be able to see the food, too, and I got pretty good vision with these glasses on. That's for sure. Here's how we started on this. When Tonganoxie would start the drive, the Broncos did win the toss. They'll have the ball coming out of the locker room in just a little bit.
Smile you've always wanted. Call for your free, no obligation. Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free, no obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com. Elliott Insurance Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Insurance Group, we work, live, and shop in our local communities, serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years. Elliott Insurance Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Insurance Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be working on your schoolwork.
Oh, well, it's raining, so we don't have internet.
Not anymore. I just signed us up for Go Brawly.
I hate Go Brawly. I miss satellite internet.
Go Brawly. You'll love us, but your kids might not. Call us today at 913-837-4678.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Back out here on the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. BJ Harris, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo at the halftime break. And I'd say probably the biggest difference in this one is the low scoring, 7-6. The Broncos have been kind of a high flyer. They've been able to put points up. They had 28 points at halftime last week against DeSoto. Right now, the Tongi defense has kept them off balance, and mostly the Tongi offense has kept control of the clock, Matt, and that's kind of been the difference here in this one.
Oh, and the Tonganoxie, we were talking earlier that the offensive line for Tonganoxie, not only have they been controlling the line of scrimmage, they've been controlling the second level. So they're taking not only the linemen out, but they're taking the linebackers out. So that's why they're getting 5, 6, 7 yards of carry. When Spring Hill, hopefully right now they're working on, okay, how do we keep our linebackers free? Because those guys are the ones that need to make the tackles. How do they keep them clean? The linemen need to do a better job of keeping where they scored. They just need to keep that going and not be afraid to take some clock. They don't have to score. They don't have to win the game in the third quarter. You know, this is a good position for them to be in. They've been dominating everybody all year, so they need a game where they're down. They need to actually come back and fight, make adjustments, not just from the coaches, all the way through the players.
We'll see if they can do it in the second half of this one. We are back in action next Friday night as the Broncos head back to Spring Hill District Stadium, as we will welcome in the KC Piper Pirates. There's a real good chance a Frontier League title will be on the line next week, regardless of the outcome of this game. But even if it is a win for the Broncos today, they'll still need to win next week to get an outright Frontier League title against Kansas City Piper if they hold on to win their game this evening. We'll see if they do that against Paola. What other scores did you have over there, partner, to pass along?
Gosh, let's see. We've got Lewisburg's up 9-0 over Bonner. Piper is actually down 6-10 to Paola, so that's kind of an interesting one we'll keep an eye on. Eudora's up 21-7 over Ottawa. Mill Valley in Class 6A is up 26-10. Excuse me, West is 6A, Mill Valley is 5A. They're up 26-10 over West. Got a good one in Blue Valley. Miege is up 21-17 over Blue Valley High. Baser Linwood 27-0. Actually, I think now it went to 40-0 over Kansas City, Washington. DeSoto is up 20-7 over Shawnee Heights.
Yeah, Baser Linwood's one of those teams in 4A here, just down the road from us, and really well coached. Coach Stahlbaumer will be the East head coach for the Kansas Shrine Bowl next year and half of the state. Broncos hope to be a factor in 5A. They need to get a win here tonight against Tonky to keep things rolling, as they are 5-0, trying to go to 6-0. They got to bounce back in the second half. We'll see if they can do it when we return. You're watching Bronco football on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics. Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experience. For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health, because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Back out here, Tonganoxie High School. PJ Harris, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo. Second half kickoff. Like the first, brought to you by our good friends at Seats Incorporated. Kick off your new career with Seats Incorporated in Spring Hill. Seats is a leader in manufacturing of quality seating and accessories for vehicles with competitive wages and benefits. To see all their openings or to apply online, go to SeatsInc.com. That's our next sponsorship, is get Seats to make us some padded seats.
You know, I think you're onto something.
I am onto something. That place, have you ever done any research on the fact that it exists in our little town there? It's wild, the things that they turn out. And
I've looked at their website because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's really cool. And a good place to work as well. Go check them out, SeatsInc.com. Broncos will have the ball, I think, more than any time before this year. And this is the biggest broadcaster cliche, as always, is start the second half here if you get the ball coming out of the locker room, but that's pretty important right here. I think to go back up on top would be a big deal for the Broncos, and certainly something this drive needs to have some success here to get things going in the right direction offensively for Spring Hill. And they'll line it up to kick it away. It's going to be a short pooch kick. Carter Mead on that far side. He's a guy who can do some stuff with it, and he'll be knocked out of bounds, but good field position for the Broncos as they'll start this drive.
Where they like to be, between the 40s.
Between the 40s, just beyond the 40, I believe, at the 41-yard line. By Tonganoxie, they just didn't have a lot of opportunities, and then when they did, it was kind of against the wall a little bit. We'll see if they can get it going here as they start this drive at the 42. Pankey, turn, handoff, Pipkin, trying to go between the tackles, and he'll fall forward for a gain of a couple.
Pipkin on the carry.
And it'll bring up a second down and 8.
Brought down by Connor Brook for the Chieftains. Short game brings up second down.
Bruch makes a tackle. Second down and 8. Just shy of the 45-yard line. Pankey, turn, handoff, Knowlton. Trying to find a hole. He's got it across the 45, up across midfield and inside Chieftain territory. Just faster than the rest as he goes across a gain of 13 on second down and 8 for Zach Knowlton.
You know, he's obviously fast, but I think what really gets him is his acceleration. This is that second gear that he kicks into.
Right back at it. Pipkin this time. He'll fall forward across the 40. And it'll be a good gain. A quick hitter there for the Broncos, trying to catch the Chieftains maybe a little bit off balance. Right back to the line they go. Ends up being a gain of 4 for Pipkin.
The chain gang wasn't set, so they're catching them off balance too.
It's a good way to get a first down. They don't know where that marker's at. Stand quick to the line of scrimmage, no huddles. They'll go up, call the play here. Turn, Knoll, be a 12-yard pickup for Carter Mead. Broncos going now.
Talon Langford on the stop.
Short passing game. Tongi is out of sorts. Broncos right back at it. They'll do the exact same play this time. A little.
Kind of been going to the short side of the field this drive.
Where's 80?
He's right at the down marker.
Second down was in motion this time. Right tackle got away with a false start anyway. And then across the 15, it'll end up being a gain of 4.
Brought down by Jordan
Good effort by
Williams.
Mitchell. Now this makes it third down a little more manageable.
It's me.
Yep. Oh, my fault.
5-yard pickup officially. 8:32 to play. Opening drive of this second half. Broncos, this is catch. He pokes it out there. Touchdown, Broncos. How about Daniel Mitchell from 14 yards out? He hits pay dirt.
Good for a Spring Hill touchdown.
On a simple post route, goes right to the line. He sticks his arm out there to get the touchdown, and the Broncos strike first on the opening drive of the second half.
Exactly, going for those mid-range routes right over the middle. Great play, great effort.
Mitchell, this is going for 2 touchdown, or the 2-point conversion is good as Zach Knowlton. A little out route there, gets it into the end zone. Broncos back in business as they go up by 7, 8:16 to play here in the third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on Spring Hill Sports Live.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be working on your schoolwork.
I hate Go Brawley. I'm a satellite editor.
Wyatt Harris.
Broncos go
For the Chieftains.
10 plays, 58 yards, capped off at a 14-yard pitch and catch from Fletcher Pankey to Daniel Mitchell. 8:16 to play here in the third quarter. Broncos lead at 14-7. A 2-point conversion was good. Pass to Knowlton. And kick it away, and this one's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a penalty.
Kick goes out of bounds.
And that's where Chieftains will start. My drive chart didn't print off extras. I only have 4 drives left on here. So that's what they're working with. They can only have 4 drives left in this game before I run out of paper.
Well, the most of the season we've been used to big plays and quick hitters.
Yeah, they may only do 4 drives. In fact, if it was up to Tonganoxie, they would love that.
Oh, that would be in their favor.
Because it'd be a long one right here. I think this is a big series here for the Bronco defense. They can force a 3 and out, get the ball back. They could really change the entire momentum that was going into the locker room. Chieftains will start this game at their own 35-yard line. Turn, handoff, and that is Bruisman again. What a great name for a bruising back like that.
It is.
He gets 9 on the carry.
Daniel Mitchell with the tackle.
Mitchell makes the tackle there, but it's a 9-yard pickup for Bruisman. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 1. Wide receiver near side is Holthouse. Turn, hand up again, Bruisman. He's got the 1st down. These running backs, too, I would love to have them as my running back in the day. They get right on the backside of those offensive linemen and ride them right into the hole and fall them all the way down the field. And like you were saying, getting to that 2nd level, that's where the cut's made. The cut's not made at the initial block. The cut's made off the secondary block in this type of offense, and that they've doing a really good job of it. It's a gain of 5 on the carry by Bruisman. I haven't seen Clydesty not starting this second half, perhaps. No, he has the wing to that far side. He'll go in motion and step back there. 1st down and 10 at the 49-yard line. Turn, handoff, Bruisman again. And he'll be hit and brought down. Austin Rivers underneath. Help coming over the top as well from Richardson. Brandon Richardson getting to the game, a guy who injured his hand 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
He's got the old club. I broke my hand my 2nd game of my high school season and played with the club all year long. It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Well, you got to wrap up. You got to wrap up, and you got to have good form tackling because you can't grab much with that club. So
no, I mostly just use it as a weapon of sorts. But a 2-yard pickup there by Bruisman. Straight drop looking for McGraw. First pass of the second half, and they get tangled up. It's going to be incidental contact, I believe. And James Newton's going to get a break perhaps on this one. Holthouse wanted to cut back out. It was going to be a little flag route. He was going to cut in at the numbers and then cut back towards the sideline. And when he made that cut, they just got tangled up. I think we're even now. Let's call it all even.
I'd say it was a good no call. They just some confusion. I know the home crowd here doesn't particularly like that, but
why are you whispering?
Well, I want to be able to get out here safely.
We got an exit strategy back
That's
here.
right.
One of us is going to have to. Caden's going to catch me when I jump off the back here. 3rd down and 8, a big one here, and they're really going to this second half. 6:45 to play. Broncos show blitz, and there's Rock Richardson, some of his first minutes here of the second half, going to give him a free 5. He was coming.
Defense is trying to blame Tonganoxie, but they flinched because Richardson was on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, he was closer to the ball than a lot of the other players in red. There for a second.
Him and the center were about the same spot.
It's a free 5, so suddenly from 3rd down and 8 to 3rd down and 2. This is a team that can get 2 yards. 8's not as easily come by. Clydesty's got a big run, big block downfield. And Clydesty up and across. And that will be a gain of about 15 yards inside Bronco territory.
Knowlton with the stop for
Walton makes a tackle, but Holthouse out on the edge, making a heck of a block at that wide receiver spot to make that from about an 8-yard run to a 15-yard run. Out. Bronco defense back on their heels again. McGraw calls for it. Bruisman, straight dive. And they are running. They're running straight A-gap. It's not anything fancy.
It's nothing fancy. Nothing at
all.
all.
To go A-gap and running right at that heart of that Bronco defense. It's a gain of 6 on the run by Bruisman. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. Under 6 to play, 3rd quarter. Broncos scoring their opening drive. Tonganoxie trying to answer back. Turn, Bruisman again. He goes up. He's going to be knocked down short. I got all the money I have. I'll give it to you. That this goes to 16 right down here on the goal line.
Yeah.
Newton on the stop.
As that's a big gainer all the way up about 19 yards. And that was a big play. I thought that was going to be an easy walk in.
It looked like it from the beginning. I thought there might have been a false start but they would have blown it dead. So
they were hustling to the line of scrimmage. Was Tongi too, trying to catch the Broncos maybe off guard a little bit, and too many men on the field for the Broncos. So they'll back it up or move it forward just a little bit. And this will be the 8th play of this drive. Started at the 35-yard line. Turn, handoff. This time Clydesty will get it. And he'll punch it in from 1 yard out. His second touchdown of the game. Bruceman's a sophomore. He'll have plenty of chances to score.
He will.
1 yard touchdown run by.
Let the homecoming king take it.
That's right, by Sam Clydesty.
He's got another fumble in it. I can feel it.
5:24 to play. Took a little less than 3 minutes off the clock, and a point after attempt by McWilliams forthcoming. Snaps back, it's a little high, but he is a very good kicker, and he'll punch this one through. All knotted up at 14, 5:24 to play third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Hey, don't forget, when you see a big play, text SHHS to 816-406-0051. Our promotion through Easy Relic. You'll get that highlight texted right to your phone. Texted, text. I still haven't figured out the past tense and present tense of texting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's texted.
Who knows? SHHS to 816-406-0051. I don't think anybody knows, man.
I sent you a message.
And this one's going to be kicked away and
there
touched
we go.
back. Yep. As they kick it.
That deep kick is a touchback
By McWilliams.
First
and
10 from the 20.
The Broncos will start this at their own 20. Go ahead, Porter.
Once again, we have a really important drive. The first one was of the half, really important. Back at it again.
.5:24 to play in the third quarter. Broncos' last drive started at their own.
The 30.
Started at their own 42-yard line, and they went down the field in 12 plays. They need another drive similar to that right here. Hanky, turn, handoff. Up the middle for a quick dive there for Knowlton. Not much there, if anything, maybe.
Wilson on the carry. Clydesty was a stop.
Short loss, in fact.
No gain on the play. Brings up second.
I thought he got at least a yard, but.
Yeah, me too. Crotchet and Meade to the far side. Knowlton and Mitchell to the near side. Pipkin just to the left of Fletcher Pankey. Calls for it. Straight drop. He's got a little time now. Flushed. Looking. Throws it underneath. He's got Knowlton in open field. He can make some dudes miss, and he does. Here comes Zach Knowlton down the field across the 40. Back against the Gray up to the 45-yard line. That starts with Fletcher Pankey keeping that play alive, and then Zach Knowlton going to work in the open field just like he does. It's a 27-yard pitch and catch. Make it 28 when they put the ball down.
How he found Knowlton, I have no idea. There was, I couldn't even see him. Everything was well covered deep. Great job by Pankey to find him. And great effort by Knowlton just to get off to the races and go.
Mitchell comes out, and quickly comes Luke Metcalf, backup quarterback and wide receiver. And again, Mitchell banged up a little bit. I don't believe that's the case. He goes over to get wrapped up or something on his left arm over there.
Maybe he's
I'm
bleeding.
sure he'll be back. Turn, hand off. Pipkin, he's got a hole. Cut back. David Pipkin.
Put that head down and run.
Once you get the hole, then it's just go. And that time he had an opportunity. If he drops his run, go back and watch Bruisman run the ball a little bit. You'll see it. That's still a really good gain, though, by Draven Pipkin. A gain of 8 on the play, maybe 7. It'll bring up a second down and 3. We've got it injured. Chieftain looks like cramps for Culver. And Pipkin, a big run of 8 yards. And the offense is starting to come alive a little bit here in this second half.
Well, they've done a good job mixing it up a little bit. They're not trying to win it on one play. They're just trying to methodically work down the field and let makers get in space and make, like Knowlton did just a couple plays ago.
Culver going to come off those cramps. First time you experience really bad cramps, you're convinced you're never going to walk again.
Yep.
It's like the first time you get the air knocked out of you. You're like, nope, this is it.
Yep.
This is how it goes. And then that first big breath. Life. 4:22 to play here in the third quarter, 14-14. Broncos driving. Big play by Knowlton from Pankey up to the 45-yard line. It's second down and 3. Over the middle again, he's got Knowlton. Makes that catch out in front of him with his hands. It's a 10, maybe 11-yard pickup.
And Knowlton had a step for about 3 to 5 yards before the ball even got to him. It's almost like he had to slow his route down so he was in the right spot so Pankey could get it to him.
Right back up on the ball they go. Quickly, Chieftains still trying to find their spot. Pipkin, hard hit, breaks a tackle. Still on his feet, still going. Across the 30, up near the 25-yard line. He's up to the 26. A nice, hard, determined run there by Draven Pipkin. And another 8-yard run, 7-yard run for him. It'll bring up a second down and about 3. I'm going to disagree with the PA announcer on that one. Back-to-back 7-yard runs by Draven Pipkin. This time a keeper by Pankey. It's not necessarily in his play call sheet all the time, but he's very efficient when he does decide to call his own number. A good read there. It's a gain of 5. It'll be a first down for the Broncos.
And that's exactly why it works, because you don't see it all the time, and he's got such a good fake, and he reads the ball and sees the field so well. He wasn't even touched, and all he has to do is just get right there for the first down.
Up to the 21-yard line, first and 10. Got some time, good. And it's Mitchell again, that same route, basically, they score on a moment ago. Daniel Mitchell dives for it, and it's up to the 6-yard line. It's a 15-yard pitch and catch from Mitchell, or from Pankey to Mitchell. And they're knocking on the door now, and a timeout going to be called by Tongi. They've got to be tired. This is back-to-back drives like this, and the hurry-up mode of the Bronco offense has got them sucking air a little bit. They'll get them back when we return in 30 seconds on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Rain Dance Studios is the area's newest dance studio with professionally trained staff, a brand new facility, and classes for every dance and tumbling level. Rain Dance Studios is everything you never knew you needed in a dance family. With an emphasis on customer experience, exquisite dance technique, and dancer confidence, Rain is the dance studio for every aspiring dancer. Come join Spring Hill's premier dance experience and get the royal treatment. Schedule a free 2-week trial by visiting raindancestudios.com.
Here we go. Broncos knocking on the door. First down and goal from the 6. Pankey passing, flips it out. He's got Carter Mead. He's got to make a guy miss. He does across the 5, up near the 3-yard line. A more exciting 3-yard pitch and catch you may not see.
That was a lot of effort for a short gain, but
cuts it in half, and it'll be second down and goal for the third quarter. Broncos trying to score for the second time in the quarter after only scoring 1 touchdown in the entire first half. Same exact play. Back out to Mead. Again, got to make a guy miss. Cameron Crotchet out there trying to get a block and just ran out of field.
Pass to Carter Mead.
And I feel like they're trying to set something up, obviously, with that by doing it. They're lulling them that way because they were kind of doing it on the previous drive.
No gain on the pitch and catch, and it will bring up a third down and goal. 12th play of this drive for the Broncos once again. Going to be a big loss, and Rocco Russo, I believe. No. Back on, actually, kicker this time, but it will be Gabriel Elliott Thomas. We've seen his punts tonight. A 29-yard field goal, 28. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on its way. That is plenty of leg, and it hits the upright. That was plenty good, long enough for sure. But it hits the upright, and a field goal attempt is thwarted.
You know what, a good drive and a really good drive. Tonganoxie bowed up, stopped him at the end.
Yeah, it took nearly 4 minutes off the clock. It took 3:48 off the clock. But ends up
10 on the 20.
being no points, and Tonky will have it. So that Bronco defense, it's been called on so many times. It is comprised of so many guys who play both ways. Now mix-up as Debiak comes on late. Turn, handoff, and Brusvin going to be stopped after a gain of 4 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Brusvin on the carry. Tie fall for stop for Spring Hill.
Foul makes the tackle up front. Clydesty coming this way. And he'll get a handful of jersey to try to get a hold of him. It's going to be a 9-yard pickup for Clydesty and a 1st down for the Chieftains.
Dominic with the stop.
RJ Dominic comes up with the tackle there. Under a minute to play now here in this 3rd quarter. We're going to have a dandy going to the 4th here tonight. Up here in Tonganoxie. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Watch him, that's Holthouse. Turn, handoff. Why would you pass it if you got these guys in the backfield? Brusvin, 8-yard pickup. Just another day at the park.
And those linemen are loving it for Tonganoxie. This is what they love, as you know. They're getting 6-7 yards of carry.
Yep.
Follow us.
2nd down and 2. How disciplined can the coach be to not take a chance here? There it is. It's the hardest thing to do as a coach, to keep turning and handing it when it's working. And the same thing happened where they were trying to run that same flag out to the near side and tangled up between Holthouse and James Newton. Best defense you could do. 3rd down and 2. If this ends up being a turnover on downs or a punt, think of that. Remember that pass right there. McGraw calls for it. Turn, handoff. Brusvin hitting the hole. That's going to be short, maybe. We'll see.
Pinned on the spot from the official.
Classic.
Right
Meet
there.
me in the hole. Let's see who's been in the weight room. Austin Rivers is there. And it's going to be, if it's balls on the white, it's a 1st down.
Gain is good for a Tonganoxie 1st down.
Yes, because that actually was marked a little bit short down here of the 35. So they didn't need to get all of the 45. And it'll be a 1st down for Brusvin. Not much there, though. So moves the chains. 1st down and 10. They don't need to really snap a play. They'll wind the clock, and that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. We head to the final stanza, all knotted up. Hopefully you're all locked in and loaded, ready for this one. We're back in 30 seconds. No, 1 minute. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Rain Dance Studios is the area's newest dance studio with professionally trained staff, a brand new facility, and classes for every dance and tumbling level. Rain Dance Studios is everything you never knew you needed in a dance family. With an emphasis on customer experience, exquisite dance technique, and dancer confidence, Rain is the dance studio for every aspiring dancer. Come join Spring Hill's premier dance experience and get the royal treatment. Schedule a free 2-week trial by visiting raindancestudios.com.
Here we go to the fourth quarter of this one. The Broncos and the Chieftains. B.J. Harris, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo here in Tonganoxie. They go to five-man front.
5-3. Looks like it.
Going to walk R.J. Dominic up there and kind of sell out of the run if you want. But then if he gets past that first level, if you do that, there's not a lot of support on the backside.
That's right.
So they still student body right that time and an easy 12-yard pickup for Sam Clydesty.
Yardage on the play is good for a Tonganoxie. First down.
And a first down for Tongi inside Bronco territory. Up to the 48-yard line. 43-yard line. Here's McGraw. Turn, handoff. Bruisman trying to cut. He does, makes a nice cut. Penalty flag comes in. This might be the break the Broncos need. Theophile picks himself up off the deck, and he might have been the victim of that penalty.
Holding on the offense.
And so from first down and 10 from the 43, this is going to end up being first down and 19 all the way back inside Tongi territory. Back to the 48.
And to quote the Tonganoxie crowd, you can't do that.
You can. You just can't get caught.
Well,
I did it.
They are too. It's
first down and 19. Turn and handoff. Clydesty trying to make up some of that yardage. Bronco defense walls it down, still falling forward this year. And certainly not what they wanted to do. Write this down. But these kids played with two really good teams in back-to-back years. Tonganoxie was knocking on the door of a state championship 2 years ago. They were in the mix a year ago as well, and a tough out for everybody. And these guys played as underclassmen, or maybe played on those teams with those hard-nosed, tough-running teams with,
when they see
guys like Cole Sample on the team.
They see how to win.
Yep. So a gain of 5, maybe 7, brings that back. Bruisman trying to catch the edge. Broncos have not been there much. They will that time. Escorted out of bounds. Daniel Mitchell there to say, get out of here. He's had enough of 16 coming at him. This time he was able to go the other way. It's going to be a gain of maybe a yard, a huge third down right here.
Interesting. Tonganoxie decides to go outside 2 plays in a row, and that's not why the score's 14 all. It's been
right off tackle, right off guard, really, or right off center.
Between the guards.
Quarterback steps out. Clydesty will probably be in it.
A little wildcat.
In a wildcat. On third down and 11, probably 4-down territory here for Tongi. We'll see. Broncos start to show blitz. They'll bring it. Clydesty going to keep it. He'll poke his way in there, but a good held there by the defense. Buried backwards. Austin Rivers, Mark Debiak at the point of attack. Also in there, Carter Mead. And it's a gain of 1. It'll bring up a 4th down and 10. We'll see what the Tongi Chieftains decide to do here.
That plays right into what Spring Hill's defense is good at. Stuff on the exterior. That's where their playmakers are. The whole time previously, they've been getting them in the middle.
Watch a fake here. Gabe Bailey going to be on to kick this one. Bailey, a backup quarterback at the 50. He will boot it and get a good one. Broncos need this thing to roll. And he carried himself into the end zone. Why did he do that? They're going to mark it at the 1. They mark it down at the 1-yard line, and so the Broncos are going to have a lot of field in front of them here in the fourth quarter. But here's the deal. They've got the ball, and it's tied up, and 99 yards in front of you. It's offense. That's what you want. I mean, it's not what you want, but that's what you got. 9:27 to play.
The key of this drive is methodical.
1-yard line.
Work your way down. Yep. You don't have. There's 9 minutes left. You don't have to win it with 9 minutes left in the game.
I mean, a 16-play, 99-yard drive takes 9:26 off the clock. It'd be pretty nice right
Absolutely.
here. I don't know if that's going to happen. Coach trying to get a timeout. Tongi's got to burn a timeout. It's their second of the half, so they're going to be down to 1. Will Tonganoxie that play a factor in this one? We'll see when we're back. 30 seconds. You're watching Bronco football.
First Option Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
14-14, 9:27 to play here in the ball game. Broncos with it 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line. Can't have a mistake down here deep as well. Low snap. Pankey got to get out of the end zone. He barely does. Goodness gracious.
That one, if you're just going to do a quarterback keeper to get out of the end zone, you got to get going.
Yeah. I think that snap might have got on him a little sooner, and he was ready too. Also.
No gain.
Well, that's true. It could have been a bust. It could have been a busted play. We just couldn't see it.
That was scary. Turn. Keep it. This time Pankey will get outside. Still not a lot of running room as you'll get up maybe to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe they'll pick up a couple more. It'll be a 3rd down and
Jesse Young
8.
On the stop. 3rd and 8 for Spring Hill.
Will that give them enough running room to try to do something, or are we playing for a good field position punt here and try to have your defense hold again? We'll see. Where's 13?
Left side.
Straight back, Pankey. Going to throw it up. He wants Crotchet. Crotchet's going to climb the ladder, and he will.
Picked off.
Lose it. McGraw comes in. McGraw's the reason they had to call a timeout a moment ago. He wasn't on the field. They had to call a timeout and run him out there.
Was wide open, uncovered. And
then he comes in and he makes the biggest play of the game, does the young sophomore quarterback, this time playing cornerback. You want to try to confuse somebody, try to explain that to somebody who doesn't know anything about football. And it ends up being an interception by Fletcher Pankey, just his 3rd of the season.
And uncharacteristic because he threw it towards the middle when that throw should have been a little bit more towards the sideline on the outside shoulder of Crotchet.
So now Tongi going to be in business here inside Bronco territory. Turn handoff, Clydesty. He'll fall forward, a gain of about 6 on the play.
Anderton on the stop.
Noah Anderton makes the tackle.
2nd and 5 for the Chieftains.
You know, we saw Richardson for that one drive, but I don't think he's been back. Well, no, is he? There's his. Nope, he's not in. No club.
Gain of 6 brings up 2nd down and 4. Turn handoff, Brusman. Brusman again. Following those blocks.
Colton Brusman on the carry for the Chieftains. Yardage good.
We should have started charging a toll.
Mitchell on the stop for Spring Hill. 1st and 10 from the 11.
See why Spring Hill Stadium has a key card access.
No kidding. Turn, handoff again, Brusman. This time trying to spin off one would-be tackle. He'll be brought down. Noah Anderton, along with Austin Rivers there, holds him to just 1. Now, something to think about here is
Anderton on the stop.
the
Short gain, 2nd down.
Chieftains have Jackson McWilliams, just a sophomore, but he is a very good kicker, a guy that's, I think, has aspirations of going to the collegiate level. So Clydesty, far on the right side, try to cut back against the grain. He'll be brought down. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4 here.
It actually looks more like 3rd and 5, yeah.
Under 7 to play here in the ball game. Broncos' biggest adversity of the season so far, and what has started out to be a 5-0 year, but had a big opening drive, and then Tongi kind of took control of the momentum of this game going to halftime. Broncos came out with a good fire, but Tongi's equalized it. Now a turnover. Trying to make it. Brusman going to try for that 1st down. He'll be close to it. I think he'll be short. Now a decision to make here for head coach Al Troyer.
Brusman on the carry.
Lyman.
I don't see why you don't go for it the way they've been punishing the ball.
Connor Bruch is a guy I'd like to hang out with someday when he's a grown man. He was begging to go for it on 4th down. I mean, he wanted it so bad. Big O lineman, you want to go for it, and he's going to get his wish. I bet he does his job anyways. Here on 4th down, direct snap to Clydesty. Turn, handoff, a little bit of contact in the backfield, but he's into the end zone. Touchdown with 6:05 to play. His 3rd touchdown of the ball game. A 26-yard drive, capped off on a 4-yard touchdown run by Sam Clydesty. And Williams will come on to kick the point after attempt to put them up by 7. Here with 6:05 to play. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on its way. And it's good.
Kick is good.
Broncos down by 7 with 6:05 to play in the ball game. We'll see if they can answer back when we return. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Tonganoxie Chieftains turn a turnover. Started with that punt. They got them down to the 1 yard line.
That was a fantastic punt.
And pinned the Broncos deep, and then they were trying to pass out of that on the near sideline. Crotchet just got the ball a little underthrown, and nice play by McGraw to go up and get it. Turnover. They turned it into points 5 plays later on a 4-yard touchdown run by Sam Clydesty, his third of the half. Now a short kick by Carter Mead. He breaks off some open running room. There he goes. Carter Mead down the sideline trying to answer this one back at the 32. He's got to make the kicker miss. He does. He mixes him up. Carter Mead takes this one 70 yards to the house. Make it 65 yards to the house. What a big play by the senior. No flags on the field, and the Broncos answer right back on the ensuing kickoff.
It makes absolutely no sense why you have a kicker like you do. You are kicking it up in the air and giving it to one
a
of
wide
Spring
receiver,
Hill's
one of the
best
players.
athletes.
Yeah. Carter Mead.
No sense.
Huge play by Carter Mead. Earthquakes in northern Johnson County, or southern Johnson County, northern Miami County right now, as Carter Mead puts it to the house about, I think he fielded that right about the 35-yard line, 65-yard kick return, and the point after attempt is up and good by Rocco Russo, and we are knotted back up again, 21 all, only about 8 seconds runs off the clock. 13 seconds, and the Broncos are back in business.
I've got the number.
Didn't really see that coming necessarily. We've seen that short kick, and you've mentioned that a few times already here on the broadcast about why are we kicking it so? Why are they kicking it so short? But it's been pretty well covered, regardless of that. But on that very opening kickoff of the second half, Mead was coming on that sideline, remember, and he almost busted out, but it ended up running out of real estate a little bit.
Yep, and he had full disclosure, before the game I was visiting with a friend who's a Tonganoxie resident, and he was wondering the same thing, why they have that kicker that can kick like that, and they kick it up in the air. So that was actually something that I was watching for, and it proves true. So I'll give him some credit.
Hey, first of all, I'm going to give you some free broadcasting advice. Never disclose those. Always just make everybody think you're the smartest guy.
That's right.
They don't know. Nobody's going to know. I was the color guy for Pitt State football for 6 years. Most of my information came from dudes.
That's right.
Dudes I know.
Yeah.
Make phone calls away the game. Hey, you've been watching this. What do you think? And then I'd steal their words.
I read this the other day, so
Luckily,
they really told me.
I don't know any intellectuals, so it's not intellectual property.
Yeah.
Far side return, boy, an answer back right now for Tongi would be huge. They are going to get bottled up, though, and forward progress will be stopped at about the 30-yard line. Well, the Bronco defense has been big. Think about an entire half last week where they were called upon, and able to hold off a late charge by DeSoto. Well, here comes a late charge by a very physical Tonganoxie Chieftain football team.
Yeah. They've shown that they can make some clutch throws. Do they have it in them still? Because they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit. There's close to 6 minutes left, but.
Hey, don't forget about Easy Relic on that kickoff return. If you haven't already. A big highlight for Carter Mead. Here comes Tongi. Loaded up inside the box here. Little pressure coming back there. Mark Debiak tries to get through there. He can't make the play, but he was there nonetheless, and it did slow him down. No gain on the play on the carry by Clydesty.
Clydesty on the carry.
You know, interestingly, I noticed that the interior linemen for Spring Hill, they were playing the A gaps. They they were actually slanted, angled in to try to stop that interior running game.
No gain on the play. It'll bring up a second down. And 9. Low snap. Clydesty a little bit out of rhythm, but trying to make something. Boy, he just runs so hard.
That was close to a block in the back against 52. Against, let's see, against DBAC. Linemen were shoving him through the backfield.
Pretty much everything's allowed except for holding between about
That's true.
first 3 yards either way. But it's a run of 8 yards.
Usually once they disconnect, they don't let them reshove.
Little loose ball. McGraw's going to throw it. No, he was down on his knee, and then Garrett Bauer comes in and says, welcome to Friday nights. And it's going to be, no, down. Actually, it's not incomplete. He went to grab it, and it was still on the ground with his knee. That's the difference.
That's
an
big.
Incomplete pass, it's 4th and 1. Instead, it's going to be 4th and a lot more than that, 4th and about 7. And there's the, that's just happens. Penalty flag, and Coach Troyer is going to earn one over on this near side as well. I'm not sure if I wouldn't have done the same thing. That's tough, but I think it's the right call.
Yeah.
White Hat was right there on it. He had a clear scene of it. Big stop by the defense, though. It started on that first drive. They're just going to get the sideline warning. Where'd that come? That used to be a coach would get a personal foul almost every time. But they started, Jason, I think, almost got one last week for they got a sideline. No, it was Coach King, rather, on the other sideline, DeSoto.
Right.
They called him a sideline warning.
Yep.
Those used to be just 15-yard penalties on the coach for saying something. They must know the line, the exact words to say. I don't know those words. So here's the punting situation now, and a big stop. The Bronco defense, low snap, and it will be kicked away. Good one. It'll be returnable for Knowlton, though, at the 30-yard line. Knowlton, far side return, still on his feet, up near the 45-yard line. Broncos will have excellent field position, 4:22. Coming out of halftime, down by a point. If you said, hey, can we get the ball with 4 minutes to go in the game, tied up, you take it right now in this ball game on the road against a really physical Tonganoxie Chieftain team.
Against a team that is, physically just, they've punched you in the mouth over and over and over. And the resiliency that Spring Hill showed so far has been good. Now they let their playmakers play. Again, you don't have to win it in one play.
So Broncos will have it at the 46-yard line. Turn, handoff for Pipkin. Pipkin spins off one would-be tackler. Nice hard run by Draven Pipkin up near the 50-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4.
Pipkin on the carry. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
Just what we needed on first down.
Pipkin picks up 5 yards. Turn, hand it to the big fella again. He'll lower the boom. He'll got the first down across the 45 up near the 46-yard line. It'll be close to a first down. Will depend on the spot. They've got it. Back-to-back 5-yard runs by Draven Pipkin. Inside 4 minutes to play now in the ball game. I said it. You can tell them I'm liars, but I said this will be a close game because that's what Tongi does. The way they play allows them to stay in the ball games. It's a team that only lost by 3 to Piper a week ago. Their average margin of deficit in the first 5 games is 8 points. The last 4, it's less than 5. And here they are.
And it's just a different style. Spring Hill doesn't see this in practice. The closest thing we've probably seen is Paola, and Paola was just outmanned. It was early in the season.
Hand off Knowlton, far side, slicing his way through the defense. Another good run by Zach Knowlton just shy of the 35-yard line. And it'll be a gain of about 4 to bring up a 3rd down and 3 here for the Broncos. Turn, handoff, Pipkin. Falling forward, trying to drag. He does. Little help from his friends behind him on the O-line, pushing him forward. Give a little bit of credit to the big fellas.
That's right.
Pipkin got stopped, and then a lot of push by Cole Roden, the center, pushing up there. 5'11", 133, one of those big old sophomores the Broncos have for a couple more years. I'm going to write down Pipkin on the rush, but give the big fellas a few. Throwing it over the top, trying to go. A little under throw. Going up. Knowlton comes down with it. Does he? Holy mackerel. Are you kidding me? A penalty flag all the way back here, though, at the 35-yard line before everybody gets excited.
That was tough to tell who even came down with it.
Yeah, he had to go over the top of the defender.
Sure
it was
did.
underthrown a little bit by Pankey. but a penalty flag in the backfield usually indicates holding. And it's a big one, too, because it's about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then you're going to tack on another 10. It's going to be first and about 22 here for the Broncos.
They've struggled with the deep ball a little bit this evening.
Yep. Didn't really need it there either.
No, they really don't. They're running the ball well.
2:51 now as they wind the clock. Wind it. That was a slow start to that play. That clock. Pankey throws it over the middle. He's got his man Mitchell. Johnny on the spot right where he needed to be. That was breaking down in a hurry around Fletcher Pankey. He's lucky to get that one out of there.
Good composure. Absolutely good composure. Stayed in there. Took some hits. And Mitchell took some hits too.
Ends up getting a big portion of that back, about 8 yards on the pitch and catch. And it's second down at about 14. Much more manageable here. Turn, handoff again. Pipkin, a good hole. Draven Pipkin, he's got the first down up near, across the 25-yard line, up near the 23, maybe 24. We'll see where they mark it. It may not be a first down. It's going to be a little bit short, in fact. But it's still a 13-yard run by Draven Pipkin. And how about him going to work right now? This was when big fellas make their money, is in the fourth quarter. Turn, give it to the beast. He's got the first down. He'll fall up near the 20-yard line. It'll be first and 10. After first and 22, milliseconds away from a sack and a huge turnaround in this play.
Yep.
Throws it down to Mitchell. And then 2 plays later, they've got the first down. They're back in business here. 1:54 and counting in this ball game. Broncos on the drive. Just shy of the 20. Flips it out. He wants Knowlton. Knowlton trying to make a guy miss. He'll fall across. He'll be another nice gain up near the 15-yard line. And give him a gain of 6 on first down and 10. Second down and 4. Right back to it with 1:32. Handoff, Pipkin. This time a little bit more played. Carter Mead is blocking from his knees.
He doesn't stop.
He was blocking literally from his knees, pushing up, pushing forward, trying to keep his block going. I got goosebumps. Timeout on the field, we'll take it. 1:20 to play. Down the stretch, can the Broncos punch one in and stay unbeaten? We'll see when we return next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Bonner Springs High School next weekend.
21-21, 1:20 to play here in the ball game. Broncos driving here on third down and 4 at the 15-yard line. Carter Mead with a kickoff return for a touchdown to equalize things after the Broncos went down by a touchdown here late. And now they've got a chance to take the lead right back after the first drive of the second half. Turn, handoff, Zach Knowlton. Trying to get to the first down marker. He usually does what he needs to do, and I think he does it again here. It's going to be close if it's a first down. We'll see what they say. They rolled it over to fourth.
Just short of the line to gain for a first
Coach Feback, it's hard to call for a measurement when the thing goes out of bounds right at the sticks. Big fourth down here. Trying to keep this drive alive. This is a huge play here. Right there, Cato. Keep it tight. Shotgun. Turn. Handoff. Nope. Pankey going to keep it himself. He's got the first down. That's Fletcher Pankey being a senior. That ball was never going to leave his hands. Nope. He showed a dive to Pipkin, but a leader like that, a kid who knows what this offense is exactly all the way through, he's going to keep that thing all the way. Big first down by the Broncos across the 10.
Credit to the O-line on that one. He didn't get touched for a yard, so he made it an easy conversion.
Pankey looking, rushing, and he'll fall forward across the 10. Not much there. We're inside a minute to play now here in this one. Broncos had 2.
Brought down by Connor Brook.
They need to add a couple seconds on the clock on that one.
Broncos have 3 timeouts.
Got a Bronco down.
Was that not Spring Hill that called the timeout last time? Thought it was.
It should have been. It should be. They should have 2 timeouts left.
So an injury on the field. We'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds.
We thank you from Tonganoxie High School administrators.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Thursday.
Injured Bronco was Andrew Campbell, 6 foot, 220-pound senior, so he'll come out. See who goes in for him. Just a, second down and goal inside the 10 at 53 seconds left in the game. Come on, young man, come on, fill in at guard.
See what you got.
Second down and goal from the 9. No gain on the last run by Pankey. That was a passing play, but he had to scramble for it. Able to get back to line of scrimmage.
The clock's going. But it was an injury, so I guess that makes sense.
Turn. Knowlton. Nope. Keeper by Pankey. And
Fumble on the play.
Fumble play. I didn't see the fumble.
I didn't either.
Recovered by
I'm just going to stand in front of this cat when he goes to walk in and tackle the clock operator. Timeout was taken by Spring Hill. Back in action next Friday as we head back to the friendly confines of Spring Hill High School and welcome in the Kansas City Piper Pirates as Piper, last we knew, were trailing against Paola. Broncos trying to go into that one undefeated. 5-0 start already, one of the best in school history. And into the top 5 rankings in Class 5A.
Paola is currently winning 24-13 over Piper.
It's one of our network channels, Paola Sports Live. This one gets over. And we're off the air. Feel free to go watch the rest of that one. Or go back and watch it on replay. Watch any of our games across our network, Paola, Tonganoxie, Baldwin, Lewisburg, of course, Spring Hill. Trojans take care of business too. You see? 36 seconds left in this one. Our focus 100% right here on a third down and goal to go from the 12. 13 in the slot to the far side, Zach Knowlton. Pankey's going to need a little bit of time. Play action. He is rocked in the backfield. Just got to hold on to it. Forward progress is done. And now what do? I think you got to try to kick it. I can tell you this. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're fine.
But Gabriel Elliott Thomas had plenty of leg on his field goal attempt.
That would have been good from 40.
Yeah, he had plenty of leg on his field goal attempt from earlier.
Timeout, Tonganoxie.
Full disclosure on my part, Gabriel Elliott Thomas, I'm not sure if I've mentioned his name this year. I've not called every game. I've had to miss a few. But he has not played a ton. He has not kicked a ton. But he's certainly got all the tools in the tool bag. His punting is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And his one kick field goal attempt was plenty long enough. He just hit the upright on the near side. So, with that information, that's the decisions coach is making right now on what he wants to do. I think you kick the field goal. I don't think you've got a ton of 15-yard plays that you got to utilize the end zone. Remember, the field's shortened a little bit, although it is kind of in that intermediate spot where the Broncos are so dangerous.
That's right.
That's what's being decided. But Metcalf comes out here. Elliott Thomas is going to come on to kick the field goal. And it will be a 34-yard attempt from the near side hash. 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds to play here in this one. 35-yard attempt. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on the way, and it is no good.
No good.
Never had a chance.
Once again, he had the distance, just couldn't quite get it through the uprights. Now, Tonganoxie's bread and butter is not big plays. So they've got 25 seconds. They've converted a few big passes, but
it's been a while since I've had an overtime game in high school. I mean, I don't know. I can't even think of last time. In fact, I can't think of last time. On a night where I'm nursing a voice anyways, this thing's going to go to overtime. Hopefully it's going to go to overtime at this point.
You know,
Tongie's going. Tongie's going to go to overtime. They're going to concede this regulation, and they're going to take a knee, and we're going to go to overtime. They are not going to run a play. It looks like they're going to take a victory knee. And the Broncos and the Chieftains used it all and couldn't figure it out. So now they're going to use a little extra as we head to overtime here in this one. 21-21, your score after regulation. And again, I think this does play into Tongie's.
Oh, absolutely it does.
The way they do overtime for high school. They'll put this thing at the 15 and they'll go in. And Tonganie has not had much problems picking up 15 yards at times, certainly on the ground. Broncos had a opportunity there at first and goal at the 9. It could not punch one in, couldn't get points out of it. And now we go to overtime. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and get you going on overtime when we return here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Well, they're at midfield to sort this one out. It'll be a coin toss. Overtime for high school. They have a 3-minute intermission. We just are going through that. Just about 49 seconds remaining on it. Followed by the coin toss. The winning team will choose offense, defense, or the end of the field in which they want to play. Wind and all that stuff is no factor here tonight. The team on offense first will start at the 10-yard line. I said 15 earlier, with first and goal, and that's it. You get 4 plays to score. Kicking is going to be a factor in here. Think about Jackson McWilliams, the kicker for Tongi, has been much more efficient. You almost, I don't know, at the 10-yard line, you almost give Tongi 3 points.
Yeah, that's right.
And the other team gets a chance to respond. It's not a sudden death situation. So if Tongi scores here, even if they go for 2 and get 8 points, the Broncos would still have an opportunity to score and go for it and do the same. So that's how we're going to go through overtime, getting a little bonus coverage here tonight on Spring Hill Sports Live. So Spring Hill won the toss and elected to let Tongi have the first crack at it.
Good luck, gentlemen.
For what it's worth, I don't mind this style of overtime. I wish it started a little bit further out than the 10.
I wish they could get a first down. College overtime for me is ideal.
It's pretty good.
25.
You know where that came from. I heard this. I'm passing this on. I am going to give credit for this one because I'm positive it might be wrong. That's when you say something about somebody else told you, you make sure you say it if you think it might be wrong. But allegedly, that overtime style for the college ranks, they've expanded it since then, but started with Kansas.
Oh,
and
really?
This is the Kansas overtime rule.
I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Tonganoxie's ball.
Well, the NFL, the NFL, you can't really start at the
Start at the
25 because
30.
the offense. I'd be happy if they started at the 50.
The other one I heard was somebody that was it you who was telling me about this, the overtime rule that the Manning brothers talked about, or they talked about on the Monday Night Football the other night, was about you do the coin toss and that gets you get to take your kicker to kick a field goal from a certain point, or the other team's kicker to kick it for you.
Gambling.
Tongi will have it first. Bronco defense has been very staunch all season long, but Tongi has ran on them. Broncos got going a little bit, though, defensively before. Clydesty going to be stopped by Rivers.
Clydesty on the carry.
A good tackle there by Austin Rivers.
Rivers on the stop.
And Rivers kind of lunging back at him, so that was a really good effort. He kind of got by him.
Eliminated him to a gain of 1 on the play to bring up a second down and goal from the 9. Clydesty in it. That Wildcat spot. Just barrel forward. Again, this time it's Carter Meade.
Clydesty on the carry.
About 1 yard on that would bring up a third down. Here's the other thing that McWilliams being the kicker for them, they have in their back pocket.
Third and goal for the Chiefs.
It makes them go to that
Absolutely.
sooner, perhaps.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
if they don't, they don't get it here and they're this far out, they may decide to kick on it. I think the Broncos at this point are probably going for it.
They're going for 6 no matter what.
So we'll see. McGraw does come in. It's as close to their spread offense as they have. 3 wide receivers near side. Colvert in the slot. McGraw looking right the whole way. That ball's partially tipped, and it's incomplete. I think Debiak might have got a paw on that one. It came out funky. It was headed for Holthouse. If that's on the money, it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
But instead, I think Mark Debiak might have got a deflection on that, and it falls incomplete. It was still got there. It was still almost caught by Holthouse, but a 4th down. And a field goal here from McWilliams. 1 field goal made on the season. This is a 25-yarder from the 15. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on the way, and it is no good.
No good.
He missed it wide right. I thought that thing started right. It stayed right and just stayed. It just straight as an arrow, really. And just missed it. Wow.
And the Broncos in a great position here. They just got to do their game.
I say a lot of Zach Knowlton.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I think he's the guy, certainly, who could take it in from this far out and find that crease in the defense. Spread him out and let him find an opening.
Get him
it
in
won't
space.
take him long to cover 10 yards on the ground.
Get him in space. Let your playmakers win the game right now.
There's no
I don't know why the clock's going.
No idea why the clock is running.
Make it exciting.
I guess. That clock is irrelevant. I should put overtime on this screen, huh? Pankey, turn, handover. Pipkin going to get a couple.
Lower your shoulder, Pipkin. Come on.
He'll get maybe a yard, maybe 2. We'll see what they do. The clock thing is bugging me. That's not necessary, I don't think. They're going to say no gain on the play. I thought he got it. I thought he leaned forward for at least a yard there. Knowlton, end around, in space. Zach Knowlton cuts back against the grain. He'll drop the hammer across the 5 up near the 4-yard line.
Knowlton on the carry.
On a reverse play for Zach Knowlton. He picks up 6 on the play to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 4.
3rd down and goal.
The Broncos score here. Game over. They will not have another chance to respond, obviously, with Tongi. This is a one-and-done situation at this point now, I think, for Spring Hill, although they do not have to score to go to the second overtime. Turn, handoff again. Pipkin, he is in. Touchdown! Draven Pipkin punches it in. He went to work in the second half. He had some big runs, 5 and 5 yards here and 5 yards there, down the stretch of this ball game. And when they needed him from 4 yards out, they called the number, a big number 2, behind that offensive line of the Broncos. And the Broncos survive in overtime to move to 6-0 on the year, 27-21. The final score here in Tongi as Draven Pipkin punches it in from 4 yards out in overtime to win it for the Broncos. What a game for Spring Hill as they do move to 6-0 on the year. Maybe a gutsy call perhaps in that moment, but you give it to the big guy, and he did get himself some momentum in the second half.
He did. You were not going to stop him short of the end zone on that one. He was going to find it. He ran hard, put his shoulders down, and went right through.
27-21, the Broncos win it in overtime. This is not the first overtime game of the year for Tongi. I think Paola went to overtime with them. Again, they've been close all season long. They lose tonight by 6. But, boy, the Broncos come here on the road and survive and advance. They stay unbeaten. We'll talk more of it as we kick off the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show, brought to you by our friends at Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center. They work with all insurance companies and get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. We'll talk about it, Dandy, when we return on the Shoemaker Collision postgame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos!
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle haul-in and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Back at here once again in Tonganoxie. Get a look at the Broncos meeting over there with Coach Feeback as the Broncos move to 6-0 on the year. Come back in this one a couple of times to get the win. Here we'll roll it through real quick. First, the first half. Tongi would take over this game for the first drive of the game as the Broncos would have the opening drive of the second half. They win the toss. Think about that, the coin tosses.
Absolutely.
The coin toss at the beginning of the game, the coin toss at the beginning of overtime where they were deferred and had the second crack at it. Just sometimes it comes down to a coin toss. They end up going to and forcing a fumble on that opening drive when Tongi had a head of steam headed into the end zone. They were going to score that drive. I'm 100% convinced. Sam Clydesty coughs it up. He had a huge game tonight, 3 touchdown runs for Clydesty, but that fumble was a big one. Spring Hill gets it back, gets it for the first time. Their opening drive, they go 7 plays, 67 yards, capped off on a 35-yard pitch and catch from Fletcher Pankey to Zach Knowlton. Broncos lead 6-0 after a missed point after attempt. End up getting that back on a 2-point conversion later. A punt by Tongi on the ensuing drive. Then the Broncos have to punt after a sack they give up. Tongi punts, Broncos punt, Tongi punts, Broncos punt. It was a little boring second quarter. Late in the first half, Tongi does go on a drive and score with 57 seconds to play in the first half. Tongi scores, kicks the point after. They lead 7-6. That's how we go to halftime. Come out in the second half. The Broncos take the opening drive. They go 10 plays, 58 yards, cap it off on a 14-yard pitch and catch from Pankey to Mitchell. Pankey's second touchdown pass of the ball game. Mitchell's first touchdown of the game with 8:16 to play in the third quarter. Broncos lead at 14-7. Tonganoxie gets it back. They drive it. They took it over at their own 35-yard line after the kickoff went out of bounds. They go 8 plays, 65 yards, cap it off on a 1-yard touchdown run by Sam Clydesty with 5:24 to play in the third quarter. We're all knotted up at 14. Spring Hill would get it back. They put together a pretty good drive. They started their own 20-yard line. They go 12 plays rather, but eventually kick a field goal from, I didn't write down the distance. How long? It was a 25-yard field goal? No, longer than that. I don't remember. It was a field goal, and it was no good. Didn't matter. 1:36 to play in the third quarter. Broncos still tied up 14 apiece. Tonganoxie gets it back. They put on a drive. They eventually punt it away. Broncos would start, and that was a huge punt. That punt really set the tone as they would punt it away and drive it all the way down to the 1-yard line. So Spring Hill would start that drive at their own 1 with 9:27 to play in the ball game. And 3 plays later, an interception gives Tonganoxie a very short field. Tonganoxie would start at the Spring Hill 26-yard line with 8:20 to play in the ball game. They would go 5 plays, cap it off on a 4-yard touchdown run by Sam Clydesty. The point after was good. With 6:05 to play in the game, Spring Hill was down 21-14. 1 play later, Carter Mead, 65 yards to the house. They'd started Pooch kicking it really short, and Carter Mead had a couple of returns tonight, and that third time, I think it was his third return of the game, he ends up taking all the way to the house, 65 yards out. Definitely our play of the game. There's no doubt about it on that one. And then Tonganoxie would get it back, and they would have to punt. That's where the Bronco defense stepped up. And you mentioned it, we were off the air here. Whenever Spring Hill in the first half just couldn't stop the run, even the early part of the third quarter. But on that particular drive, they forced a 3-and-out, and it started with being aggressive up front. And that D-line stepped up big, right, Matt?
Absolutely. And they, one thing we also noticed, they went to a 5-man front, so that helped them out a little bit. It gave one more guy to stop that line from getting to the second level. And part of it, I think they just bowed up. They just manned up and said, you know what? We're tired of getting run over. We're gonna stake our claim, and we're not going to let them run right through us anymore.
Big fellas up front, linebackers. Boy, Austin Rivers had a few really big tackles, even late. They had a huge tackle in overtime as well. Spring Hill would take over after that punt at their own 46-yard line with 4:22 to play in the ball game, and they would put together a very nice drive that started at their own 46. As I mentioned, it would go, keep in jumping on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plays, but eventually a field goal attempt would fall short, and the Broncos would go to overtime as Tonganoxie would take a knee. Tonganoxie would go 3 plays and then attempt a 25-yard field goal. It would miss wide right and give the Broncos an excellent opportunity. What would they do? But 3 plays later, after a Pipkin run of no yards, a 6-yard run by Zach Knowlton, a 4-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin, punches it in overtime, and the Broncos win it 27-21. Again, they moved to 6-0 on the season, survive here on the road at Tonganoxie, and will go to take on a Piper team. Boy, all eyes are going to be on the Broncos from this point on, I would say, going in at 6-0 next week at home with a chance to clinch at least a share of the Frontier League title.
Absolutely. These are good wins to have. They've been blowing everybody out, and we started to see a little bit against DeSoto last week. They've proved that they can win a close game. They were hit in the mouth over and over and over, and they got down. They had to fight back, and they still had to get even through extra time. So they showed a lot of heart, a lot of courage. Those games are hard to win. There's a reason there's only one person that wins. So good credit to them. Good credit to the coaches. They still got a lot to work on for next week. So we'll see where they come out, and congratulations to them. It was a good, hard-fought victory.
I would say the Broncos have probably learned more in the last 6 quarters of football than they did in the previous 5 games, 4.5 games.
No doubt.
Before that second half in DeSoto where they faced a little bit of adversity, and certainly tonight they probably took some big steps. These are the types of games when a team's making a run and making perhaps a bit of a Cinderella run where you get a little bit of momentum and you go 6-0. This is where teams stub their toe and go 5-3. for the rest of the year.
That's right.
Or this is where they win a close one overtime and keep it going. And a lot of excitement right now in Bronco Nation. Glad to be a part of it. Glad you guys joined us tonight for the festivities as well. Little bonus action tonight on Spring Hill Sports Live, and a good one to go into the weekend as your Broncos win at 27-21 over Tonganoxie, and they move to 6-0 on the season. They will remain in the top 5 in Class 5A and continue to rattle those trees across the eastern half of the state. We'll do some more next week as we take on the KC Pirates. We'll have those guys in town. Pregame coverage will start at 6:40, kickoff at 7 o'clock from Spring Hill. For Caden Carbajo and Matt Jones, I'm BJ Harris saying so long from Tonganoxie. Broncos get a win again. They move to 6-0. We'll do it again next week. You've been watching Spring Hill Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency, Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.